Hello, hello, very good evening to you. Welcome to another live stream with me, 320 Sim Pilot. Let me just sort out the audio. Yeah, well, apologies, as you can see, sadly, the the simulator's crashed at just the wrong moment. So just give me just a couple of minutes and we will get going. This is the second stream in a row where something has gone not as we would hope at the start, but there we go. Oh, well, we shall see. Hopefully this will get up and running not too slow. I don't know what happened earlier. It just was not happy. It did not want to load the PMDG, which is strange, as obviously I loaded it earlier yesterday as well, just to make sure, but there we go. So anyway, I hope you're all doing very well. Do excuse the loading. And yeah, jumping over to YouTube. Aviation, good to see you. James Atkinson, I hope you're doing very well. Great to have you here as well. Mr. Schwartz and Captain Was, I think, is coming along and moderating. Indeed, another classic UK airline. Yes, we're going to be going up in the... Oh, first officer's joining us. We're going to go up in the Astraeus PMDG 737-700, which was an aircraft they had. Cloudbot should be awake. The route we're going to use today will be to go... via Novma and then basically down over the Bay of Biscay down to Delog, pretty standard sort of route for us, and then into Bilbao, which is just on the northern edge of Spain there on the Bay of Biscay. Thanks for that follow, State Aviation. But yeah, so that's what we'll be up to today. Let me just check everything's working. Danjay Suresh, hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to you. And Landing Ghetto 1, good to see you. And Hayden, of course, hope you're doing well. Hayden, great to have you here. Mike, hope you're doing well. Nor, Tom Fisher, great to see you all here. And Hi has very kindly tipped $15. Thanks so much. Hi says, hey, wish I could stay, but have to go soon. Have an awesome day and a safe flight. Thank you very much, Hi. That's really appreciated. I hope you're doing very well. And apologies, I'm just getting through all the things that simulators complaining about. Yeah, thank you so much. Very generous of you. Really appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the channel. Apologies that all you've managed to see is a loading screen, but there we go. Hope you have a good day as well, and we'll see you again on the next stream. But thank you so much. Really appreciate thank you for the support of the channel. Great to have you here today. Right, Daniel B says congratulations on 70k. Yes, so I did actually say in one of the descriptions there's a bit of a countdown to 70k. We've never done that before. I mean, a little bit tongue in cheek, but yeah, it turns out we passed 70 in the meantime anyway, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, it wasn't what I expected. It actually came a lot quicker. I didn't think by the end of January we would have definitely managed to reach 70. I mean, there's no definitely anything, but yeah, here we are. It happened much quicker. So thank you so much for all of you, because it is obviously everybody here watching, chatting, liking the videos and subscribing that makes that difference. And yeah, really appreciate it. And just it's we've been going for, when did we start? We started March 2020. So 2021, 2022. So we've done 2 years, and we're coming up on 3 years. 3 years of this channel soon, which is really hard to believe. I mean, that's crazy. But even so, at no point did 70k look like it was on the cards. We spent a long time, yeah, just plodding along quite happily. So yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. And we will have a 70,000 subscriber stream. I don't know what's going on with my sim today. I do apologize about this. Nothing wants to go. But yeah, we will be having a special stream for 70,000. So I will set that up soon. Hopefully soon we can get that done, and we'll do something a little bit different. Our last special stream was we did 50,000. I missed 60, so 50. It was a bit late, about 57 in the end. We did flight in Concorde. We've also done long haul on previous ones as well. So there we go. Aviation, you're very welcome. Graham, good to see you. Air Knowledge as well. Great to have you all here. Over on Twitch, if I can get Twitch to work. There we go. There we go. Sorry, Twitch, I will be with you just a moment. Let's just get loaded in. Let's hope no one's parked there. Let's go. Over on Twitch, great to have you. Random Task says Astraeus was one of the old airlines I was a flight planner for. Such an interesting airline. Yeah, it does sound interesting. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for sharing that. I hope you had a good time with Astraeus. But they were around for about 10 years, or just under 9 years. Famously, of course, Bruce Dickinson flew for them and I think was one of their managers. And they had 757s, 737s. They originally did charter flying and then they moved on to just sort of becoming last-minute charter sort of ad hoc, a bit like Orion do now. But yeah, so Subsonic, Dougal McTavish, good to see you. Thanks for joining us, Garrickson. Rezaz says using VATSIM isn't. Yeah, we will use VATSIM, yes. And James, that's the stand. You can see the stand we've loaded up on now. Subsonic says, enjoyed your YouTube videos, really helped getting me familiar with the Phoenix. Thank you. Have a happy new year. Also, happy new year to you. Thanks so much for coming along to say so. Really appreciate it. So let's see, where are we now? Hayden, thanks so much. Hayden, good to see you again. And Hayden says, as kindly super chatted, £7.37. Really, really appreciate it. Hayden says, Boeings are more expensive from a super chat perspective. See what you did there. Thanks for your ongoing content and contribution to the community. You're very welcome, Hayden. Thanks for your enthusiasm and contributions as well. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks for... oh, that's not a good sign. Why are the lights on? Yeah, thanks for being a part of the community. And thanks so much for your very kind donation to the channel and all your support over the years. Really, really appreciate it. And yes, I do, of course, see what you did there. Let's just rewind. Let's do a morning sort of flight. I want to actually see what's going on today. Good. Do we have panel states in the PMDG, don't we? So this is all stuff I would normally have done in advance. Boom. Yes. You can hear the rain. Excellent. Yeah, thank you again, Hayden. Really appreciate it. And thank you again to Hi, of course. And thank you to all of you for joining us and helping get the channel to where it is today. Really, really appreciate it. James next to us. Excellent news. Excellent. So James will be flying along with us. Ooh. There we go. A bit of a struggle. Right. Let's see. We will indeed. We are on VATSIM now, so you're welcome to fly along. Ethan says, Concorde or Felis 747 if you have that. Yes, I have the Concorde version 3 for X-Plane 12. I've tried the Felis. I couldn't get my Felis to work as I'd hoped, so I'm going to keep trying with that. But there we go. Subsonic says, going to be very VATSIM this Friday. I've been practicing this week. Excellent. Good luck to you. I hope it goes well. Flight Dispatch says, hi, I've been watching your videos since near the start. First time catching live. Love the knowledge you share with the great entertainment. I work in the same industry as Flight Dispatch. Excellent. Thanks, Flight Dispatch 320. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. And yeah, it's been an interesting time for the industry. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming along. And might run into you one day on the end of the phone, which tends to be how we see. We don't see dispatchers in person so much anymore. Separate offices and so on. Kelpie, thanks so much, Kelpie, for the $5 tip. Really appreciate it. Kelpie says, why did it say my name as Hi? Oh, I see. The Streamlabs bugging for me. I'm going to stick to YouTube. That's very strange. I don't know what happened there then, but thank you, Kelpie. Thank you for the 15 and thank you for the 5. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, have a good day if you can't join us today. Very kind. Right. Are you guys getting an echo? Apologies, unless you're... hopefully not. Good. Right. Let us enjoy the airplane from the outside. Oh, see, this is removing the magic curtain here. You're all seeing how it works. That's one of my most common questions as well. How do I do the external camera? Oh, weather's a bit rubbish, really, to show off this livery. It's a really, really nice livery, this one. I think Astraeus did a good job with it. I especially like the stylized T of Astraeus being a star. The call sign is Fly Star. I'm going to take it for the hop down to Bilbao. Not a particularly long flight. Like I say, a pretty standard route for this channel. This is where we've made our bread and butter, flying around Europe in these defunct UK charter airlines. It does have a Union Jack on the front, which I quite like. Don't see that so often these days. But there we go. Yeah, that's nice. There we go. Right, so while that sits there, let me just do all the other bits that now need to be done. So we'll get the overlay up and running. So we're going from Gatwick to Bilbao. Oh. Call sign is AEU 323. Okay, now let's see if we can convince vPilot to connect. We're in a 737-700. Keep your fingers crossed that no one's on stand. We might get away with it. Someone right next door, I think. Yep. 320. Not sure whose engines are running. But there we go. Oh, are we actually on the same stand? I think we're just on the separate parts of the same... oh no, we're on our own stand. I think there's 2 people on that stand. Good news. That's good for once. Right. Yeah, really, really love this livery. I've got to admit, one thing I'll admit about the 737, I didn't used to think so, but the more I fly it, the more I think it is a nice looking aeroplane. Yeah, I'm not sure about Streamlabs. It's working on Twitch. I don't know what's working on here. Let me just try again. I'm hoping... Yes, I believe it does work on both Twitch and YouTube. Shaheen, hello to you. I hope you're doing very well. Aviation, glad to see. I hope you, yeah, I hope you achieve that. Specs of the PC, as it's not working, is i7-10700K, RTX 3080, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, I think we are getting there. Let me just load in the route in here. As of course we have no iPad, EFB, sorry, not iPad, available to us in the PMDG 77. I thought that would be hit by now, but clearly not. Clearly not. Okay, we're getting there. Right, jumping into the airplane. Cold and dark. Can we get this thing started from cold and dark? I do have a checklist, but I don't have it with me. David, it's kindly tip $1. David says, just a tip, in the flight computer you can set cold and dark as the start configuration. Anyway, love your content and you inspired me to start simming with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Have a great flight. Seems good. Thanks so much, David. That seems good. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you for the tip. I will do that. And I'll have that set up for next time. We don't fly the 737 that often. So yeah, I will get that sorted. But thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Have a very good day. I hope you enjoy the stream. Right. Yeah, we're having some trouble with Streamlabs there. Now, let me just put up a checklist. Sorry. Again, normally have this ready. Doesn't PMDG... They don't include anything, do they, anymore? Oh, no, they do. Of course they do. What am I talking about? It's up here. So. Let's not do that. We're running late now. It's just a 737. Let us run it. Let's see what we can do without those procedures written out. So we are going to put the batteries on. Standby power. Is that a thing on the 737 to auto? Yeah, it already is. Good. And we're going to put on the left forward fuel pump. This is going to be really painful for a lot of you to watch. And then we are going to start up the APU because I don't have ground power, is not available. On start. And I'm going to get my fingers crossed that it does start. Adam Farkas has very kindly subscribed £10. Really appreciate it. Adam says, good day to you, Captain. I was really looking forward to the upcoming stream. Love your videos. Your content is very educational and entertaining. Keep it up. Friendly skies to you. Adam, really, really kind. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. And apologies about the lack of education in them recently. But yeah, we've been having fun. There you go. EGT rising. So that is the APU up and running. That's good news. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Adam, and I hope you have a very good day. It's gone awfully quiet. Are we still on? Yeah, we are indeed on VATSIM. Okay. But yeah, thank you again, David. Thank you, Adam, and thank you, Kelpie and Hayden. Really appreciate those tips. Good. So EGT dropping. Why has it gone so dark suddenly? Clouds must have just moved. And let's go on to the AB generators. I think that's that. Good. Aft fuel pump. That's the one. Thank you. Why no ground power? Is this the right option? Yeah, it's cold and dark, it said. Anyway, a few other things I want to do in here is option, simulation, sync. Yeah. These are all things I would have liked to have done, of course, before everyone joined the stream. So it's not in there. This is my only thing with the PMDG. It's great they've got so many options, but I can never find which one I'm looking for. Look at that, 16 pages. I don't know how to do the double D rates. So should I just say no? I'm not sure what the difference is. Say no. Fine, fine. What I'm looking for is I want, of course, hectopascals. We're flying in Europe. HGS, no. It's the heads up guidance system, I think. It's under displays, not equipment. Okay, thank you. Displays. There we go. Knotsberg. Airbus pilots will tell you that there's too many versions of the Airbus, but their Airbus pilots have not flown the 737. It's unbelievable. Track up. No. We'll have heading up. So track up would be track at the top, but I want heading at the top. Just what I'm used to on the Airbus. I don't know what most 737s are like for that. Let's have kilograms for fuel. Fuel total display. Yes, obviously, why wouldn't it have that? Rising runway. The rising runway is on the Airbus as well. On some Airbuses, I honestly have no idea what it's for or what it's supposed to tell you. It's, well, it's supposed to look like a runway, but yeah, it's, I don't find it that useful, frankly. Oh, we've done all this then. So it's not here. Okay. Most track up. Ah, interesting. How strange. I suppose you just get used to it. Auto ignition. Wi-Fi. Yoke. Yes. Love the eyebrow windows. Old style lights. That's fine. Cut off switch. Old. So that's like these big levers. If you change it to new, you get these little ones. Yeah. No, let's have an old one. Oh, wrong one. How can I not find? How did I find kilograms, but I've not found hectopascals? You change it on the... Oh. Yeah, that explains a lot. It's right there. Good. Anything else while we're in here? We've had fun looking at some other things. I think that's all good. And let's just load up the airplane while we're in here. Menu... FS actions. Fuel, we need 7.3. I'll go 8.3. There we go. And we'll have... let's just put 2/3. Oh, no. Let's just do 0 fuel it then. We want to 0 fuel at 53.3. Let's drop it to 53.0. Can't do that. Get the panel lights on. Yes. Panel lights, panel lights, panel lights. Go, 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 go. That's some of the lights done. And then the rest are down here. There we go. Let's do the overhead. Overhead is... There we go. That's better. Nice warm glow. Now what's going on here? How do I change the weight? Oh, that was just fuel. That's why. Payload. Here we go. Let's have... So if I just type in a 0 fuel, it says 53.6. Oh, it's not bad. We want 53. Can I just type in that? There we go. And that's now live, isn't it? I hope. So we got 53.0 with a takeoff CG of 23.7, 8.3 tons of fuel. Takeoff weight of 61.3. Good, we're getting there. Dexter has kindly tipped $6. Really appreciate it. Dexter says, thank you so much for all your videos and wishing you a happy 2023. Thanks so much, Dexter. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $6 tip. I hope you're doing very well. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for supporting the channel. Happy 2023 to you indeed, and really glad you enjoy the videos. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Good. Okay, so I think the airplane is set up. Change the weight under ground services. That's where you actually call the fuel truck. This is auto loading. Oh, there we go. So we've done that. I thought I knew this airplane better than this. I think it's done. I don't think we need to do anything else because I can see the fuel's gone in. So hopefully the weights have gone in as well. It doesn't matter actually because our takeoff performance and our approach performance will be calculated from this. We'll just have to hope we are actually at a weight that is allowable for takeoff and landing. Good. Right. As some of you have said, let's not mess around. Let's get this aligning on the overhead panel. So we can arm the emergency exit lights. I'm going to leave the rest of the fuel pumps off for now, but we'll turn the IRs, oops, to nav. That's good. Flight recorder is fine. They are aligning. Good. We'll put the yaw damper on. Low pressure on the flight control and spoiler systems as expected. Navigation we'll leave alone. And fuel pumps off. Lights off, but we'll put the logo on. Wing on. Position and strobe to steady, which is what it's on. Good stuff. Right, we're on the APU generator. That's fine. So we'll leave the electrics as they are. Standby power is all good. And then we could scroll through the different amps and so on, but we won't bother with that. Let me just check that the batteries aren't draining. No, 26 volts. Good. Wing anti-ice off. Probes off. And windshield heat off for now. We'll do that before we push back. Hydraulic systems. Electric off. Engine driven on. That seems fine for now. Forward entry doors open as expected. Bilbao is not much above sea level. We're going to cruise at 37,000 feet. Auto system. And then that's just crucial. That's an auto, really. All I want to know there. Let's put the APU bleed on. Give some air. And we'll have the packs in auto. Isolation valve can also go to auto for now. Bleeds on. Good stuff. Reset fan auto. Anything I can put in auto, I will. Good. Okay. That seems to be okay. Overhead panel is aligning. So, your damper didn't stick. No, maybe we need to wait till it's aligned for that to work. Or maybe they need to at least be in align mode. But there we go. Thank you. Good spot. Okay. Right. What have we got here? In there, I hope you're doing well. Valve should be open on APU bleeds. Is that the... Oh. Which valve? Isolation valve? Yeah, otherwise it seems to close the right duct. Don't know why. Oh well. Right, along here, we're on Barrow for the minimums. Hectopascals for the QNH. We're going to be in map mode, 20 miles range. That's fine. That is pretty laggy. Don't know what's going on with him. We also want to what we want to do now is figure out which way we're going to depart before we can set up the rest of this. System, no A system off, B system on for push because A system supplies steering. There we go. Ah, these cameras are the opposite to X-plane. So we can B on, but A system off, and that way we won't accidentally pressurize the nose wheel steering. Good. I'm not going to set up any speeds or anything like that just yet, and everything else on this panel can be pretty much left alone. We're going to have auto brakes off for now. We'll do that as we get closer to pushback. Good, 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 good. Oh, half an hour in. It's not good. Not good at all. And then we have got things like fuel. We've got hydraulics, quantity, pressure in the B system. That's fine. And do we have oil? My favourite thing, oil. Oil quantity, 99, 94. I like that. Percentage is a good system. Oh, we can show it up there. Good. That's all good. Moving down then. No, don't want to run the trimmers. Parking brake is on. Fuel cutoff is off. Stab trim is in normal, as it were. We'll get the frequency in a moment. We'll grab the ATIS. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay, let's load up a little bit of the box. So, Posinits. Where are we starting from? We're starting from Gatwick. And last position, very close by. That's going to be effectively our GPS position, but there we go. Routes, E, G, K, K. Oh, every single time I've ever flown a Boeing, I've done that mistake. LEPB. Ah, parking brake is not on. Oh, what have I done? There we go. Thank you. Good spot. How do you confirm that in the 7.3? Is it that one? There it is. No? Seems to stay at 3 anyway. I don't know. So what's going on here? How do I do this? So that's then release. Press the pedals. I don't think my controls are set up quite as well as I would like. James says, QNH 1018, information Sierra 26 left. Thank you very much. Let's go with 1018. Seems reasonable for Gatwick. 26 left is what we're expecting. Lovely. Good. We are going to be the A, E, U. I wonder if any of the controllers will recognise this one. 3, 2, 3. We've never flown this airline on this channel before, which is unusual for us. Expecting to go from runway 26 left. Good. I'm not going to request a flight plan. We're going to put it in. So what I'll do is let's put in what we're expecting. Novma. Filed via Novma. No doubt that is completely wrong. So Novma. And then Lima 620 to Southampton. Very standard stuff. We've done this many times on the channel. Mike 195, which we're taking to Marek. Number 621, which we're taking to Lelna. Direct to Novan, which will be not North 15, it'll be North 46, so we'll take the first one. Just going to activate and execute that, just so it stays. From Novan, we're going direct to Delog. Lorry says, you're planning 26 left. You don't expect anything on the ground. Lose your radio and it's back to the gate, indeed. Right, direct Delog, and then up in the member. 864. To Sierra November Romeo, and then that'll be the 3 Tango. Good. So we will discuss that with air traffic shortly. 0 fuel weight, we said 53 in the end. Reserve fuel for this one is going to be grand total of about a ton final. And 1.9, so 2.9. That's quite a lot. It's because Madrid's the alternate we're using today, which is a long way. Cost index was planned at 44. 8.4. So can I just put that in? Well, we've got 8.3 now. There we go. Cruising at 370. And we've got a cruise wind of, this is all from SimBrief, in case you're wondering. 24544. Bit of a crosswind for this one. Hopefully not just a direct headwind as we heard before. Good, execute. Next page. Yeah, not too worried about that. Right, so we've done positioning it, we've done route, and now takeoff. Flaps out of here, probably 5. Huge runway, why not? 5, 26, 29, 37. Quite low speeds actually. So rotate speed of 129, a V2 of 137, and trim of 23.7. And 137 is going to go up here, V2. Pretty happy to do that, as we know the runway flight controls, it's complaining because some of the hydraulic drop, but that's fine. Good. Right, we are getting there. Yeah, SimBrief's alternates, so Lauren Reed's talking about there about the alternates being far away. They're usually... Madrid's not too unreasonable, but SimBrief often gives alternates that are further away than you would expect. Ah, no, it is in the Ryanair to the left. Excellent. I don't think it's going to show up as a Ryanair. None of my liveries work, really. No, I don't know what's going on with that. I seem to have lost all my... Why is that? Why are they not loading? There's one over there. I don't know. I do not know. Good. So we're boarded, we're fueled, we've loaded up the box. V-speeds will be deleted if you add the SID. Ah, okay. Fine. We'll need to redo the SID. So it's time to bite the bullet. Let's talk to air traffic control. First of all, ATIS. We're going with information. Sierra. Just as James said. And it's going to be 26 left. Transition level 70, 2109. Visibility 10Ks or more. Few 1400, not that bad. Temperature 11, QNH 1018. Information Sierra. So that is that. Then we're going to delivery at 12195. Hello. First officer determined to help. 12195. Fish and chips, thanks for the follow. And Fly Jones.
Gatwick ground, good evening. Seabird 257 is type Airbus A320. Information Sierra on board QNH 1018. Western clearance to Bilbao, please.
Yeah, Seabird 257, Gatwick delivery, good evening. I don't see a flight plan for you, just try refiling.
Stand by.
Oh, so I had this happen last time. Let me just file mine again, just to make
Gatwick
sure.
delivery, good day. Right now, 125,
Yeah.
Boeing 738, that's stand 54, QNH 1018.
Okay, that seems louder today. So let me just turn that down a bit.
To Bilbao.
Runner 125, Gatwick delivery, good evening. Cleared Bilbao, Novma 1 X-ray departure, squawk 2150.
Cleared Bilbao via the Novma 1 X-ray departure and squawk 2150, right now 125.
Runner 125, read back correct, report fully ready.
Roger.
Gatwick, good evening. Flystar 323, stand 53, Boeing 7377, information Sierra QNH 1018, request clearance Bilbao.
Last station, say again the call sign.
Flystar 323.
And then Flystar 323, just confirm the aircraft type, Boeing 737-700.
AFM 737-700.
Flystar 323, thanks. Cleared Bilbao, Novma 1 X-ray departure, squawk 7655, the QNH 1018.
Thank you. Novma 1 X-ray departure, squawk 7655, QNH 1018, Flystar 323.
Flystar 323, be back correct, report ready.
Okay, Flystar 323. Awesome. Right.
Seabird 257 Gatwick.
Departure. 26 left.
Flight plan there.
Novma 1 X-ray. Take speed deleted. Thank you.
Flight plan received.
Pre-warned. Thank you for that. Right, where's the
Seabird
takeoff?
257 cleared Bilbao, Novma 1 X-ray departure, squawk.
There's loads of us today. Unusual.
0.
Where do I get to the takeoff page? There it is. 262937 hasn't changed because, of course, the runway didn't change.
Seabird 257
In terms of flexing, auto. Where do I put the flexing on this thing?
Gatwick delivery, good evening of Welling 63 Echo Golf. With you at stand 52 right, Airbus A320 with information Sierra requesting clearance to Bilbao, please.
Hey!
Airline 63 Echo Golf. It's not an
This is
issue on
great.
your end, but you just say again there's been an audio format sim glitch there.
Welling 63 Echo Golf, radio check.
How do I do it?
Airline 63 Echo Golf, your readability 5. I don't think it was you, I think it was something on my end.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Welling 63 Echo Golf.
Let's be on the perf page.
Airbus A320.
There's no perf page on this thing.
Right,
M1 limit?
information
There we
Sierra
go.
Requesting clearance to Bilbao,
So let's
please.
do 22 KD
63
route.
Echo Golf, clear to Bilbao.
Changing the speeds
Northbound
again.
1 X-ray departure, squawk 6206. Latest information is
I think that's
Tango.
going to work. 137 and 130.
Roger, copy the Novma 1 X-ray.
So 130 rotate,
departure,
137
squawk
as we go.
620.
Good, right.
And, we'll get Tango.
Let's
Thank
get
you
that
very
SID
much.
sorted,
Welling
Northern 1
63
X-ray,
Echo Golf.
and then we're going to be ready to go. Position 6,000, that's absolutely fine.
Airline 63
Stop
Echo
altitude
Golf,
is
we
clearly
have correct report, fully
4,000,
ready.
so let's put 4,000 in the window. Thank you for the help with the flex. So I can see the double D rate means it's just missing that extra line. So I'm guessing most 73s have double D rates? Don't know. 4,000 in the window. We're going to be taking off from
Hello, clearance.
257.
444. We are a Airbus A320.
257.
We have Tango on board. We would like IFR clearance down to Bergen. Speedbird 444, Gatwick delivery. Good evening. Report
257.
the stand number.
Don't forget to squawk. Thanks very much, Nick. That is my Achilles heel of these VATSIM streams. 257. So we've got the speed, got the heading, got the stop altitude, and we got the course. I'm not going to worry about the FO's course. Squawking, we agreed with the controller.
That's alright, we'll figure it out later. Speedbird 444, you cleared to
7.
destination Echo, November, Bravo,
6.
Romeo. The train 1 to make departure, squawk
5-5.
5432.
That is currently in transponder. I think it's already reporting, actually. Yeah, it's in transponder. There we go. Good. Right. Modes
Okay,
we're
we are
going to
cleared
use for
via the
takeoff. We're going to have
Franklin
VR1
Mike
displayed. So here's the SID.
departure,
It's pretty straightforward. Straight out, up to 4,000,
4,532,
250 knot speed limit, so we'll be clean for that. And we're going to go straight ahead 257 and then just route by these
Station
waypoints.
calling for clearance, stand by, I'll call you back.
If I go to
Brake,
legs,
brake, Speedbird
and
444,
then
just
go
confirm,
to
squawk
plan.
5432.
we'll just check it does it. 07, 09,
Other way around, 5432, Speedbird 444.
mid, not
Yeah,
map.
Speedbird 444, correct, report fully ready.
Off we go.
Copy, go.
Good.
Okay, station for clearance, say again your message.
I see. So there's the D rate. Yep. Don't know what most of this means. And then climb. So we could also put it into climb 1, I suppose. Be super efficient. There we go.
Last station, your readability 0, check your mic.
Right, time for a checklist, I suppose. V2 is the speed that you'll climb away at if you have an engine failure. So it's our safe speed. We can't go below V2, otherwise you might potentially lose control of the aircraft. The flight controls become less effective. And you'll get on the back of the drag curve.
Still readability
And
0.
You'll get destabilized, as it were. Now, these checklists, let's go to 4-star checklists. Flight deck door, closed and locked. Fuel quantity check.
7 Victor Hotel,
Pumps on. Fuel quantity 8.3.
7 Victor Hotel,
Passenger
your readability
signs.
5. Other station, your still readability 0.
They're in the middle, aren't they? Auto.
Hello.
On. Windows locked. MCP. We've got 137, 257, 4,000. V1, VR, V2 we've checked. CDU pre-flight is complete. Radar nader on trim are free and 0. Taxi takeoff briefing. Well, we know Gatwick quite well.
Can I say you on the call sign for me? 808-758, thanks, Cliff. Cologne, Memphis.
No, where's our charts?
Squawk 0.
Don't do this to me. There we go. So, we are currently parked up here. Ah, Simling was working. It's disappointing. Up here, we're going to head down and through any of these routes down, potentially an intersection from Bravo, but we're on this Pier 4 up here. So Papa, Lima, November, one of these options. And then we've got our Nova departure. Lower Mercedes heading off to the south, and we'll do both engines for the taxi out, doing a flat 5 D-rated takeoff. So to do that, we're going to arm the auto thrust, and then we're going to press the go buttons, which I think is if we click there, and it will go.
Yeah, perfect. Set squawk 05.
There are 9 flights to Bilbao. Only one is from Gatwick. Goodness me. Good.
Gatwick delivery.
We won't spend too much time on that
Foxtrot Golf requesting Alpha
because, of course,
Jersey,
we do know Gatwick, and I'm going to slightly truncate things so that we can get underway. And collision goes on.
Delivery, good evening. Cleared Jersey, Northmar 1X3.
Yes, but of course, this all means nothing unless we can actually push back. So if I can get this right, menu, FS actions, doors, close, push back.
Golf, feedback, correct, report, fully ready.
Let's connect to the tug.
Running 7 Victor
Straight
Hotel
push.
with you on
Okay.
and 48 Lima, 48 left. We're Airbus 319.
There's a moving, excellent.
H1019. Would you like clearance to Bilbao, please?
Rolling 7 Victor Hotel, Gatwick delivery, good evening. Cleared Bilbao, Northmar 1X3 departure. Squawk
50 minutes.
right.
Dear.
Airway 758, can I transfer the ground?
Rolling 7 Victor Hotel, squawk 4216 to QNH 1018.
So big thing in the 7.3 is these, I must swap the generators over before turning off the APU or it gets very embarrassing.
Running 7 Victor Hotel.
Rolling 7 Victor Hotel, read back correct, report fully ready.
Wilco, 7 Victor Hotel.
Flystar 323, we're ready.
Getaway 758, hold position, contact Gatwick ground 121.8. Good evening.
Airway 758, contact Gatwick ground at, sorry, 11 at 121.8.
Flystar 323, hold position, contact Gatwick ground 121.8. There might be a short delay.
Hold position and 121.8, no problem, thanks. Flystar 323, bye.
Gatwick ground. Alpha, I be advised there's an aircraft I'm not in contact with on the north side of Lima or Quebec.
It's a good start.
Roger, Juliet, Quebec, Lima, Quebec Alpha, and Roger the aircraft.
Gatwick ground, Flystar 323, stand 53, request push start.
Flystar 323, Gatwick ground, hello 753, person start approved, face west.
Push start approved, face west. Flystar 323, thank you. Oh, now we've got to actually deliver. Good, anyway. Off we go. And collision we've done.
Fact, position after the EasyJet A320 passes left to right behind. Stand 53, position starts approved, face east.
Airway 758,
sorry, just reading back then for Flystar 323, we are now waiting for an EasyJet A320 passing left to right. When it's passed, push start approved facing east. Right, east is that way, so we're going to push back, go east. So nose is going to go to the right. Waiting for a 737 behind. Sorry, A320 behind. Nose, turn nose right. That's correct. That's going to be to the east. Good. 295, is that enough? Is that too little? Too much? 200 feet? I don't know. I can't change it anyway. There goes the EasyJet. Beacon is on. Brakes released. Starts. Let's go.
Airway 758, pressing push and start, parking 70.
Tail to our left. That's the way I've never heard it described. I don't know if you heard that. That's what they just said. Tail to left.
Squawking 0535, Airway 758.
No, 3 Whiskey Mike, taxi holding point Mike 1.
Brakes released. Start the clock.
Juliet Mike, Mike 1, Red Nose, Whiskey Mike. Next 221, taxi Juliet.
And that should automatically get rid of the chocks, right?
Mike. Sorry, just say again.
Yes, it's happening. Right, we're about to get in the way, so let's start up engines. Air conditioning packs off, engine start, ground, 25% idle.
Alpha after B, Jet 2, Boeing 737, passes right to left on Juliet.
Opposite way in the Boeing. Air packs off. Start up engine number 2, goes to ground. Engine displayed. That is spinning, that's good news. I'm ready to press stop on this if I need to. We can just pretend we've turned.
Lima Yankee 758 negative, check squawk 0535.
25%.
0535.
Fuel on. Please turn.
Renault 3 Gatwick ground.
Yes, look at this. Looking pretty good.
Good evening. Release push and
Oh, it's not managing to turn though. Why is that?
Alpha Golf Alpha 404 Gatwick ground. Hello, hold position. Holding position,
Strange.
Seabird 257 Gatwick Tower requesting that bit on Washington South.
Seabird 257 Gatwick
Very
ground.
strange.
Hello, hold position.
Hold position 257, thank you.
Lima Yankee 758. You think it's the correct sound number delivery, but stand 235, push and start approved.
Tower 758, push and start.
I'm just going to get it to go a little bit further. Engine 2's up and running. Let's go back. So let's go engine 1.
Station calling, call phone only.
Easy 8021.
Always something indeed.
Easy 8021 Gatwick ground. Hello, stand 145, push and start approved, goes east.
I don't want the controllers getting nervous, so hopefully we can get that to go back a bit more.
Next 221, taxi stand 1 by Zulu.
We shall see.
Stand 1 by Zulu, channel 221. Easy 902 Bravo Alpha, contact Gatwick Tower 124.
But we're not going to get that turn in now. Anyway, now we can get the fuel on. We'll stop there. That's sensible enough, I think.
Easy 78 Kilo X-ray, talking about Juliet, hold short Romeo.
EGC's rising, spinning up nicely. Brakes are set. Chocks removed, tug's gone. Good stuff.
Then channel 221, I'm just going to have to hold here as we well, so I can't quite squeeze past this.
I
believe it's a Norwegian.
I do like Angry Brian explain.
Whiskey Mike
Indeed, indeed.
Red Mill South 3 Mike, we're moving.
Good, right, that starts it up and running.
Thank you, channel break.
Next will be the before taxi procedure. So this is a long one, so let's see what we can manage ourselves. Let's put the generators online. There we go, we're off the APU. So let's lose the APU. Fuel pumps are on. Flight controls are low pressure, so let's get the hydraulics on. Let's get the probe and window heat on. Let's get the APU bleed off. Packs to auto. Isolation valve to auto as well. This is all set. That's all set. Good. Moving along. This is all set up as we wanted it. We wanted flaps to go to 5. Let's see, where's that?
Gatwick ground, speedbird 444, red push start.
5 is there. Let's hope that survives. Goods, leading edge in transit, that's fine. We talked about auto for the D rates, and I think that's that. Trims now, we're going with 5.45. A bit more nose up than we were at. There we go. And we don't need to arm the speed brakes in the 737, I know that. We've got the flaps, let's just check we have 5. There it is. Good. And auto brakes can go to RTO. And indeed, yep, some of you have spotted flight directors need to come on, and we'll arm LNAV VNAV. LNAV VNAV are white. Flight directors, speeds, good. Right, checklist then. After start, generation 1 and 2 are on. Pro-P on, wing anti-air is not required, engine anti-air is not required, packs auto, isolation valve auto. APU air off, engine start, auto. I think it's auto. Oh, they're off. So let's go to continuous. There we go. Engine start levers, idle detents. Yep, that's where they are. Flap lever, take off flaps. Transponder as needed. It's on transponder. Recall. Oh, recall. Yes. So now we press the recall just to check there's nothing hiding. There's not.
Copy. Respond. Induce here.
Then that would be the checklist. So we've just done on that, so we won't waste time on that. Although we should do the flight controls. That is the difference. Next is the before takeoff. You don't do so much during the taxi on a Boeing. You do it more. There we go, we can see the flight controls down there. So yeah, we do it more before we go in the Boeing, seems to be their method, which I can think is a good thing. I don't think it's sensible to do too much while taxiing around. Sometimes we do quite a lot on the Airbus. Beautiful though, this is such a beautiful add-on, and this is just one of my favourite liveries on the 7.3, absolutely gorgeous. Let's set up a nice camera as well. And if he complains to us that we should have got going by now, I'll just say, well, we're in a 737. Sorry. Flystar 323, request taxi.
Flystar 323, taxi Lima, Papa, hold short Juliet.
Lima Papa, hold short Juliet, Flystar 323. Right. Good. I did double check SimLink, but anyway, it's not going to work, is it? So we are here. So Lima, Papa's first right, and hold short Juliet. We've done that before. Juliet's there.
323, taxi, holding point Alpha 2, runway 26 left, via Lima, Papa, and Alpha Sierra.
Lima Papa, Alpha Sierra to holding point Alpha 2 for 26 left, Flystar 323. Lauren V says, livery looks better on the 7.5. Yes, it does look on the 7.5 as well. Taxi and turn off, we'll have those.
Juliet short of flat.
Beautiful.
Correction. Sorry. Juliet short of
Brakes
Papa,
released.
Easy 8021.
Let's go. I have my new chair today, by the way. I mentioned it last stream. For those interested in the exciting life of a flight sim streamer, a new chair is a big deal because it doesn't squeak as much, which is really nice. And it's a lot more comfortable. I decided that it wasn't doing my back any good to sit still for these hours, sometimes 3, 4, even 5 hours, and we've done longer on a chair that was not really up for it. Not anymore anyway. So first right onto Papa. It looks like you're getting a slideshow over there. I don't know why. The external view does that. I can't figure it out. Feeling pretty heavy today. Let's do a quick brake check. They are working. Crew doing the
Ground, hello, it's Easy 39 Kilo Bravo.
safety demo would have definitely felt that one.
Easy 39 Kilo Bravo, Gatwick ground, hello, taxi stand 554 via Lima, Sierra, correction, via Juliet, Sierra, and Lima. Juliet, Sierra, Lima on
Good, so we've done our flight controls.
Easy 39 Kilo Bravo.
What's left in the checklist? Flaps, we've got 5 and green light. Yep, stabilizer trim, checked. Next is the after takeoff. That's the nice thing now, we don't have too much to do. Ooh, I don't think this is free. This is new. This is the standard sort of freeway Gatwick. Is there a new one? I haven't updated it for a while. It's very good. We are going via Papa. Sorry, Lima. We're now on Papa. I'm taking Alpha Sierra. Where's Alpha Sierra? Alpha Sierra, so all the way down to Alpha Sierra. Holding Alpha 2. We often end up holding there.
Push and start. 125, land 54 Lima, push and start approved, facing east.
Wrangler, good to see you. Captain Wazzle says, what chair? So,
8021 after
it is actually a Lazy Boy, believe it or not. I found one on sale. It is a Lazy Boy chair.
After the Boeing 737 passes.
No, I have not tried the new 23 version.
Alpha 2
I
via
have not.
Papa, correction, Juliet, Papa, Alpha Sierra. Easy 8021.
Right, why does it say FMC something recent? What's it complaining about? Verify takeoff speeds. Why is it saying that?
Station calling, call sign only.
Yep, they're fine.
Battalion 189 to Gatwick ground. Hello.
Let's not go there.
Order position.
We're going Alpha Sierra, which is just here. That's the thing with taxiing. You can't, if you're driving the airplane, you just can't look away. You've got to focus up on that. Yeah, I think it's saying because of that message we were getting for verified takeoff speeds, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Captain Wazzle says I'm in the market. Yeah, so this is it's a Lazy Boy executive chair, and it has like a lumbar support. This is very very boring for a stream, but the reason I like it is it has squidgy armrests and it's super comfortable. Super comfortable.
Naga 404 taxi Lima Papa hold short Juliet.
I've never even seen them before in the UK, a Lazy Boy, but it was in Costco. I don't actually have membership to Costco, but a friend took me there and I saw it, and you could actually try it out in the shop, and I was like, perfect, finally, I found the answer. So don't say we don't entertain on this channel. That's our drone. That's not what we want. What wing view do we like? Is that a good wing view? It's pretty good. Wrangler says must have membership. 124 225. Flystar 323. Goodbye.
821, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, bye-bye.
Gatwick Tower 124225, easy 8021, thanks, bye-bye.
Gatwick ground
78 Kilo X-ray taxi stand 5535, Romeo and Lima.
124225.
Astraeus Mike.
Love flying out of Gatwick Combat Sim. It's always an experience. Tower Flystar 323 Alpha 2 ready for departure. Mr. Bernard says, this is the content I signed up for. Chairs and struggling with the 7-3.
323, Gatwick Tower, thank you, hold Alpha 1.
Hold Alpha 1, Flystar 323. Alpha 1's there. I think it's, yeah, it's literally that turn. I don't really know what you're supposed to do here. We just sort of half block it so no one else can take it from us.
Gatwick Tower, easy 8021, Alpha 2, ready
Nick
for
says you have to
departure.
put your chair specs on now. Indeed, yeah.
8021, Gatwick Tower, thank you, hold Alpha 2.
Hold Alpha 2, 8021.
Easy 90 Bravo Alpha, runway 26 left to wind 220 degrees, 9 knots, cleared takeoff.
There goes easy from 26 left. Love the IRL windows. See, we are basically infringing that hold point, so I won't go any further. I think the real one is probably a bit further over. I think you do a little bit of a turn compared to this. Anyway, we won't. We'll do that. Good. Right. So to take off, 40%, bit of forward pressure on the yoke. Then we're going to press that button, which is simulating pressing the little go buttons here. It will then spool up the throttles, and it will go to our takeoff D rate of 91%. And away we go. Rotating at 130 knots. And climbing to 4,000 feet. LNAV VNAV armed.
0 degrees, 9 knots, cleared to land.
And we've got 8.2 tons of fuel, only 100 kilos used. That's good stuff. Hayden says, ask Captain, was it if you're familiar with the US?
323 behind landing, EasyJet Airbus 320 at 1 mile via Alpha 1, line up 26 left behind.
Behind landing, A320 at 1 mile. Via Alpha 1, line up 26 left and wait behind. Flystar 323. Okay. There we are. Shame about the liveries. Yes, there's a possible pilot deviation. No. Let's see it. There we go. I'm going to taxi onto the runway while they do that. Gatwick, you cannot hang around. They'd be very upset about this behaviour already. Good, well they made it down. Clear on the approach. Let's get the last of the lights on. We can do that thing, which is pretty cool. I like that. Those are all on, and we'll put the strobe lights on. Transponder can go to TARA.
Gatwick Tower, Naga 404, holding port Alpha 2.
Naga 404, Gatwick Tower, thank you.
I just saw a comment about Frasier. Frasier's one of my all-time favourite sitcoms. It's pretty much, it's quite well loved in the UK. It's played every morning on Channel 4, and it has been for years. So you can watch every episode over and over again, and yeah, we all love it. Well, a lot of us do anyway.
Second right, Juliet.
I absolutely love Frasier.
121.8.
Right, there we go. I think we're ready to go. I'm getting nervous now. All these airplanes waiting for us.
AFM is inactive, contact ground 121.8.
Do I need to arm the autothrust? Yes, that'll help.
Star 323, runway 26 left to wind 220 degrees, 9 knots, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff to 6 left, Flystar 323. There you go, arm. So 40%. Let's go, everyone. Off to Bilbao. Bit of forward pressure on the yoke. Brakes released.
90 Bravo Alpha, contact London.
N1, Toga.
45, goodbye.
45, Indy Mark Bravo Alpha.
Hoping to see the airspeed. There we go. Airspeed is alive. That's good news. Already at 80 knots. Yoke to neutral.
Alpha 1, line up 26 left.
Fire Alpha 1, line up 26 left, easy 8021.
Rotates. Oh, quite sprightly off the grounds.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Naga 404, hold Alpha 1.
For all its quirks, getting it started up and taxied out,
Hold Alpha 1.
the 7.3 is nice in the air. There's no doubt. I do enjoy it. VNAV speed, lots of changes there. That is a very high pitch. I'm not going to that. Let's sit at sort of 20. Yeah, there we go.
Gatwick Tower, very
Right,
good afternoon.
it's reducing thrust for the climb. I'm going to cheat and put the autopilot in. LNAV and VNAV are in. We're climbing fast to 4, but I should accelerate now and lower that nose. That's good. And it has come back to 87.5, so climb. Excellent. We got that right. Thanks for your help with that, everyone. Right, we're at 5, so let's get above the 1. In fact, no, now we can go to up. There we go.
Star 323, contact London Controller 129.425, goodbye.
129.425, Flight Star 323. Thanks, bye. So flaps coming up, acceleration to 230, and then it should go to 250. 129. 425.
Between
There's 250. VNAV path, FNC speeds. Good stuff.
London Control, good afternoon. Flyer 8724 requesting IFR clearance to Glasgow at London City Airport. Flyer 8724 London, hello. Clearance is Glasgow, Brookmans Park 1 Alpha, departure runway 27. Initial climb altitude 3,000 feet. Squawk 4624.
Have I got this right? I suppose London must be doing some ground controlling as well. Sorry, 45. A bit of a nice wing view. Oh, lovely. Off on our holidays. Go somewhere a bit warmer. Quite a nice day here in London, but not as nice as Bilbao.
Flyer 8724, read back correct when ready. Start approved. Taxi hold at point 27. Report ready for departure. Report time ready for departure. 27. Flyer 8724. Thank you.
Right. I want to see the traffic. There we go. See our colleagues behind us. Let's have some airports. Terrain's
Red No 3 Whiskey Mike, fly heading 045.
Heading 045, Red No 3 Whiskey Mike.
Right now 4.
I think the gear can go off now. I won't let us. That's because of my TCA set. Sorry. So everyone's going to have to. It's going to hurt, but that will stay there. I'll put the RTO to off. I know we can do that.
Just check the frequency 120625.
I don't think there's much else we can do right now. Flaps are up.
Easy
These can go to off. Don't need to continue ignition.
Descend flight level 160.
Busy controller. Evening, E-Boss. Hope you're doing well.
Descend flight level 160, easy 2308.
Red No 3 Whiskey Mike, climb flight level 170.
Abhilash says, how does it feel flying a Boeing after in real life Airbus? I'd enjoy it. Something different. And once they're in the air, they're very similar. I must say, this is a pretty aeroplane. I really like it.
Say again, Ryan.
Ryanair 738, route direct Ziddle, X-ray.
There's Gatwick way behind us.
India Lima, as per your flight plan.
Being left behind.
Can I get vectors to start as it's my first time on that sim, so I'm not quite sure I'm doing. Thank you, Ryan, I appreciate it.
Ryanair 738, roger, turn right heading 240 degrees.
Ah, controller handled that nicely.
Right, heading 240 degrees.
Good,
Ryan,
nice.
Right. Wings 13, Juliet speed 160.
I'm too busy talking to everyone else and I keep missing my check-in chance.
164, Eurowings 13, Juliet. Speed 439, Mike, turn left, heading 145.
Logo and wing lights can come off.
3,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Left 145.
Imagine. Wing lights, I suppose, are probably pretty useless. Logo lights should be automatic. They are on the Airbus.
Control, good evening, easy
That's
8021.
my fault again. Our terrain is working. It's the OR2 that's in opt. There we go.
Flight level 150.
Climb now, flight level 150.
I've been held this long down here before. Yeah.
Atlantis 323.
Yeah. London Flystar 323, 4,000 feet on the Nodma 1 X-ray.
Sorry, Flystar 323, London Control, hello. Climb now, flight level 350, route direct Lelna.
Direct to Lelna and climb flight level 350, Flystar 323, thanks. Right.
Yeah, Red Nose 3 Whiskey Mike, resume navigation direct Somva, Monitor Unicom 122.
No.
Bye-bye.
Direct Somva,
I don't like this system.
3 Whiskey Mike.
Delta 58, speed 160.
I want a direct page.
160 till 4, Delta 58. Eurowings 13 Juliet,
Lelna, over there.
Left, surface wind 230 degrees.
If I just put in 350, It won't actually go, will it? It says VNAV out, so shouldn't it it will climb after the end of the departure, which we're off now, so shouldn't it just go? Is that when I have to press out intervention?
120.625, easy 230.
For narrow body, I would probably say I would prefer the Airbus.
Yeah, go ahead, 899.
I like the 737, don't get me wrong, but there's just so many features on the Airbus that are just so smart. And so if I press out intervention, there it is, N1 VNAV speed. Yes, we're getting there. Yeah, there's just so many features of day-to-day life that I can see in this flight deck that the Airbus looks after you with, that perhaps the Boeing doesn't quite. But, you know, I'm sure you'll get a different answer from a Boeing pilot. Also, Airbus flight deck's nice and big. This one's quite small, and it is old-fashioned. It's an old airplane, you know. Airbus is a very comfortable office. However, I would love to have these windows. Although I'm sure everyone just covers them in real life. But as nice as it sounds to have lots of daylight and sun, on a flight deck you get plenty of that, even through these huge windows.
Easy 8021, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, easy 8021.
Speed 439, Mike.
So,
right,
standard time.
40 degrees, cleared, ILS approach.
Standards, that is 35,000. See, like, why doesn't it show that as 350 now? You know, that'd be nice. But anyway, we are on standard. So I think that's all good.
Eurowings 13 Juliet, Roger.
Does it go around somewhere?
Procedure 27 left.
Stand up, Mr. Approach, 27 left, Eurowings 13 Juliet.
Easy 74 Delta Juliet, descend flight level 70.
404, 4,000 feet.
What's your favourite wide body to fly except the 747? Can be any manufacturer. A380. Pavel says it looks medieval. I wouldn't say it's maybe compared to an Airbus. It's
sorry, is that Nate? Who's checking in, sorry?
This stuff's all pretty modern. This stuff, yes. It's just no need for this to be like it is anymore. About 10,000, accelerating.
Delta 58, clear to land 27 left, surface wind 230 degrees at 13.
Clear land 27 left,
off.
Delta 58.
Off.
Do it 439 at Mike speed 16 knots.
Good stuff.
Maintain till 40 ME.
Pressurization, let's check we are actually pressurizing. I don't know Microsoft Flight Simulator has any simulation of that. I know X-Plane does. Differential pressure. We have a differential.
We are just to high speed for
climbing altitude.
Eurowings 13 Juliet, and we're now left heading 147.
High speed for the flare. Fair enough.
Eurowings 13
Good on them.
Roger, maintain 4,000 feet. Heading of 105.
I'm running out of things to do here.
Heading 105.
Says no pilot ever, or they say just before they've forgotten something. Yeah, so Dan, sadly I can't put the gear levers off. It's just because my hardware blocks it.
Exec jet 2064, runway 24, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, cleared for takeoff.
Clear takeoff runway 24, exec jet 2064.
Good. We can do the checklists. Engine bleeds are on. Packs are in auto. Landing gear up. Can't turn off. Flaps up. No lights. Next is descent. Excellent. Mr. Bernard says you can't deny that 737 shows age. Yeah, it does show its age.
Heading 165.
Nick says maybe it's just what you're used to. If you flew a Boeing every day, you might have the opposite view. Exactly. No doubt. Patrick also has a 737 with these windows. Agreed. Alex Vanderpad says I like Boeing, can't help it. There you go. Absolutely fair enough. Landing gear says are yokes more fun than side sticks? No. No.
Right air 738 London.
Yes, indeed. My pitch was over 16. I would say up to 20, I'm guessing, for 7.3. I mean, this is the short, powerful version, as it were.
Top 74 Delta Juliet, redirect to a 10-mile final for runway 26 left. 170. Cross dash, top Swiss 74 Delta Juliet, redirect to 10-mile final for runway 26 left.
I don't have the Lancer, no. Adam. Ace says, good to see you fly to Bilbao. I was there in person 2 days ago. Look out for fireworks on arrival. Tonight, Spain welcomes the Three Kings, bringing Christmas presents to Spanish children. Praise about. Oh, excellent. Sadly, that'd be great if that was modelled, but sadly I doubt it. There's our fly star.
Korean Air 112.
This was their original branding, Flystar.
Climb now.
They had that. Well, they tried it for a while, and then they went back to Astraeus. Wrangler says, still love the Airbus. There you go.
Delta 58, straight ahead, Echo.
Sam says, this controller is on fire. I'm loving it. Reminds me of my first time getting a basic service. Yeah, this controller's doing a very good job.
And right Golf, Delta 58.
Again, basic service, busiest East Midlands radar I've ever heard. Real you're heading back, Captain. That keeps busy. Yeah, thanks, Lauren. Yeah, that's true. We're going to continuously sit here. Oh, that's good. Feel like a real pilot now. I'm really involved with the airplane. Also, I should probably start limiting the bank angle, because that's the sort of thing I should have to do. Excellent. Classic Airbus pilot. What's going on with the speed? Why is it jumping back and down?
140, exact jet 2064.
Easy 8021, route direct Lelna.
Direct to Lelna, easy 8021.
Naga 404, climb flight level 350.
Flight level 350, Naga 404.
What time?
Beaver 239 and Mike 27 left, clear to land, surface wind 22.
There we go. So it's currently 10:17 Z. We arrive at Bilbao 11:30, so an hour and 10. Not a long flight actually, with 4.6, plenty of fuel. Yeah, where's the UFB? Didn't PMDG say that was coming? Did they? Don't listen to me, but that's what I thought.
Just confirm your 100. Thank you. Top 74 Delta Juliet, descent at altitude 6,000 feet, QNH is 10.
20,000 feet. How are we doing on the pressurization? That's good. Diff is rising, and then the cabin actually will come up afterwards. What happens is it increases the diff rapidly at the start because we climb so fast. It gives a nice steady cabin rate. As we get higher, of course, our climb rate will reduce. Currently doing 2,300. That's going to reduce. So then the diff will stay closer. But it doesn't matter because we're climbing slower. It's quite a clever system, really.
2064, right turn direct to Cowley.
Lots of green lights.
Right turn direct to Cowley, exact jet 2064.
Like, this is a fun flight deck from the sense of you get to move lots of things around, but when you're doing this day in, day out, when you're working early in the morning, late at night, when you're doing it 4 times in a day, having to do all these switches just becomes a chance to miss one, really. It's when I do the right mouse that it drops down. Don't know why. There we go.
So you were right, flight level 70 on standard.
Captain Landing Light is still creating drag. That makes no difference. No. Yes. Good spot.
Eurowings 13 Juliet.
Yeah, there it is.
Heading 360 degrees.
And they would on the 320. Fun fact: the percentage fuel burn
descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH
for having the landing lights out, in they go, is 1% each. 1% per light extended. Now that's fully extended for the whole flight, and that's probably conservative. But that's what the MEL item for having a landing light stuck out on the Airbus is. So it's quite a lot. 1%. That's a lot of fuel. I don't really believe it. I think it's extra conservative. There we go, out over the coast. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Love the rich blue.
Descend 70 and I just had direct. Should I get first 2 for
EFB to lead, says Astraeus. Just that he says we don't talk about the PMDG EFB. Oh dear, I made a faux pas.
Welling 7 Victor Hotel, 4,000 feet, knock me 1 X-ray.
Fueling 7 Victor Hotel, London Control, hello, climb now, flight level 350.
Climb 350,
Really?
7 Victor Hotel.
Easy 899 speed.
Ruud says, still working on it, it's coming, so is Christmas. Okay.
Speed 180.
Fair enough.
Eurowings 13 Juliet, turn left, heading 290 degrees.
So they managed to release all these airplanes, but the EFB's delayed that much. I'm genuinely surprised. You wouldn't think it could take so long.
Shuttle 13 kilo speed.
We've got one in the INI builds, the Phoenix.
Shuttle 13 kilo.
Doesn't the 146 have it as as well? We should fly the 146 again as well.
Monitor Unicom 122.
Doesn't the DC6 have it? A PMDG aeroplane? No.
Can you repeat the Unicom?
122.
Sounds like that'll be our next frequency.
Ryanair 738, Mossing Unicom 122 decimal.
Exec jet 2064, climb flight level 430.
Climb flight level 430, exec jet 2064.
Shuttle 13 kilo, turn left, heading 100 degrees.
Yes, Mr. Banana says on the Eurowings A320 NEO they had the landing lights in the wing route. Yes, it's very cool, and I still haven't seen one of those, but very strange. I mean, I think it's a better system, but you could always do the Boeing thing and have lights in the wing routes, and then still put lights that hold out the airplane. You see a 737 on the approach, some of the older ones, and they look like UFOs. You've got lights, and then you've got lights out here. It's just brilliant. Do we have lights out there on this one?
Plan now 300, flyer 824.
Top Swiss 74 Delta Juliet, descend to altitude
No.
2,000 feet.
700. This is, I think it's got, there should be like a classic, like a 400 to do that.
Descending 2,000 feet, cleared ILS approach to 6.
Nick K, thanks so much for your £10 super chat. Really appreciate it. Nick says, congratulations on 70k. I'll never forget my first solo in a glider. Can you remember your first flight in airline with passengers? Nerve-wracking. So Nick, thanks so much for the £10 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, so pleased to reach 70k. Really, thank you to all of you, and thank you to you, Nick, for the support. Indeed, first flight in solo in anything is going to be quite in a moment, and in your glider, I'm sure, was fantastic. And yes, I remember my first flight with passengers. Absolutely, absolutely. Was it nerve-wracking? No. No, you've worked for years to get to that flight, and you're full of adrenaline and energy. But so nerve-wracking, no. However, it rushes past you so fast. You really struggle to keep up with what's going on because everything happens so fast. Now you are in training, so your training captain is well aware of this, and they will basically be flying the airplane themselves. But yes, you will. You will just sit there, and everything moves around you at light speed. Everyone seems to know what they're doing, sort of to perfection, and you're just sitting there trying to do something useful, and you'll struggle to do that, I'm sure.
323, monitor Unicom 122.8. Bye bye.
1228, flight star 323. Thanks. Bye bye.
Naga 40.
Control easy 48 Foxtrot Golf, passing 2,500 feet.
First Naga 404, monitor Unicom 122.8.
Right, Unicom. So yeah, no, you always remember your first flight, I'm sure. And I remember my first solo flight as well in a small aeroplane. And it's funny, the first one you remember, and then after that, big moments sort of fade a bit. But your first flight, oh yeah, absolutely. So what is Naga in an A310? Which airline is that? They're flying to Bilbao. They must be in our group. And we've got Easy behind us. And then we've got us. And someone made it out early. There's a Scandinavian. And there is a VLG. And a Speedbird. Yes, excellent. But thank you again, Nick, for the very kind donation. Really appreciate it. And he says, there's a certain VA that has 146 routes into London City. I know, Andy, I know. I have downloaded the Caledonian Concorde livery, Andy. I've tried it out. I just need to redo. Annoyingly, my control profile for the Concorde has not transferred across from X-Plane 11, so I'm going to have to redo that entirely, which I'm pretty upset about. Because I had everything set up, but there we go. So I'm going to need to work hard on that. Matthew says, is it normal for a 7.3 to climb with 98% M1? I don't see why not. Yeah, remember these numbers are slightly arbitrary. Like your takeoff, you can see here the actual limit's over 100, and these jets are designed to be at high RPMs at high altitude. So as we go above 30,000 feet, yeah, totally normal. Lower down, they'd be lower, but they increase as you go higher. It's all to do with the way the air's adjusted and the pressure and everything. You're welcome, Nick. You are welcome. As it says, could you sleep the night before your first flight in the Airbus? Yeah, absolutely. The Airbus wasn't my first airliner, so I was. I'd been flying, so I sort of knew what it would be like, and it still went very quickly. The bit I remember most about the first flight in the Airbus and the first flight in the Dash was the coming up to a landing. It just happened so fast. When you're on a final approach in a smaller airplane doing 70 knots, the runway and everything is all proportional, so it feels normal, but I don't know, it feels slower. You have more time to correct things, whereas in these aircraft, in particular the Airbus, even compared to the Dash 8, the speed of everything in those last few feet is really quick. It unravels quicker. You have to keep on top of the Airbus on final approach, whereas the Dash, you had a bit of wiggle room because it moved a bit slower, I suppose. Abelash says, have you flown an A320 with ADI caging? Because as far as I know, they're very rare. I've never seen one. ADI caging. No. Definitely not. Does sound rare. 737 MAX have no nose wheel light anymore. Fair enough. Yep, they're simplifying. That's good. James is joining us in the cruise. Excellent news. But yes, Andy is quite right. We should go to London City in the 146. That would be good fun. Let's do another little refresh on the map scope. And there's the Ryanair. There's a Ryanair coming to Bilbao. They've just taken off. There's another Easy behind the Speedbird and the VLG. So we're trying to work out who's VLG, who is Naga, N-A-G-A. Thomas, sadly I can't put the landing gears to neutral. It doesn't work in my sim at the moment. N1 mode, I don't think we use N1 once we're in flight. I think it's reserved for... there we go, level at 35. We wanted to cruise at 37. Looks like we have plenty of margin to do that. Was it 37? 37. So yeah, let's go. So I don't know what going to N1 would do here. We've got no traffic above us. Just zoom in. Yeah. No, N1's not used here. N1 I think is a takeoff thing, isn't it? Ooh, sorry, I wish I knew. So this would be a classic level change. Or we could have actually left it in VNAV. Let's leave it in VNAV. And then it'll be an out intervention. N1 VNAV speed. And then it automatically goes into N1 mode. There you go. So it's done it on its own. So N1 is just a rating mode. So it's just limiting the throttle. So level change, I think, would also be in N1 mode. Yes, because it just sits at climb N1. So now we're climbing. I think if I just put it into VNAV, it will do the same. There we go. N1 is automatic VNAV. Thanks, Daniel. Vueling. Ah, okay. VLG is Vueling. Yes, that makes sense. Ablash says ADI caging is the artificial horizon. Oh, you're talking about the artificial horizon. Sorry. Okay, yes. No, yeah, you see those around. Yeah. Phoenix Simulator on the internet. Yeah, yeah, I've flown those. Those are older now, but they are around. Daniel B says, about Concorde, I didn't watch at the time, but on your previous stream you had nose fully down for taxi and takeoff. Just, you know, it should only be at 5 degrees. Thank you very much. I look forward to more Concorde. Thanks, Daniel. 5 degrees. Okay, remind me of that on the day, because that will be so many things I need to get right with Concorde. The big challenges for me in Concorde, I'll probably do a Twitch stream where I try and learn it again. I'll need to get firstly the flight control, all the controls, which I'm going to do on my own time, and then, well, it's not my own time, but I'll do on my own, and then I need to relearn the IRS, because I haven't used, or an INS system, and I need to learn all of the flows, where all the switches are. Goodness me. I hope I can find I have it in a notebook somewhere, all the things I needed to know, but I don't think I have that anymore. Well, I do have it somewhere. Oh, so many little things I had to write down to remember to fly that thing. It was super satisfying. Flying Concorde on stream was one of my favourite things I've done in this channel. It was really good fun. FNC speed, VNAV path. There we go, 37. No problem. Powerful aeroplane, the 7.3 when you get up high. Especially this one. We're in obviously a slightly smaller one. So we got a bit of excess power. Same engines, just a bit smaller. Yeah, I really enjoyed Concorde. Love the chrome intake on the 7.3 as well. Degree of bank, thank you. Up at 300, thanks. We can do that. There we go. James said, what waypoint are you at? I think London Control did you solid to catch up. We are 195 miles away from Novan. How's that happened? Yeah, low on the direct Novan. Yeah, it's a long way. Excess data, no surprise. Mr. Banana says you should also give the 742 a go. Yes, I need to again set up the controls again for that. 742 and Concorde are very similar. And I say that in the loosest of terms, but they both have the engineers panel to deal with. They both have the INS to deal with. So they are they're the same era, put it that way. They're both sort of 60s airplanes. So yeah, I hopefully if we can get an INS done, we'll manage both of those. Mr. Banana says, if you ever fly to Hamburg, be on the lookout for those 320 NEOs. They're stationed there. I will. I will indeed. Igloo Foo, good to see you. Igloo Foo, or is it Greg, says, hey Cap and chat, had a busy morning and missed the start. Going to go back and watch for the beginning. Just want to say hi. Hi Igloo Foo, enjoy the stream, and yeah, it takes an hour for us to go. So yeah, the first 10 minutes will just be me loading up the simulator, so apologies for that. Full Prawns, good to see you. Full Prawn says, the INS, my nemesis. Indeed. Yeah, INS systems, for those of you who don't know, we're used to having more modern IRSs, which is just this little panel where we set it to nav and then we can just align it through the computer. All very straightforward. An INS system is sort of a self-contained unit. It sits here and you have to put it into its mode. You have to tell it the coordinates. So you type in the coordinates that you're at and then it will align, and then you can use it to navigate to waypoints. But every waypoint you have to type in the coordinates for. It can only store a certain number. It's quite something. It's quite something. Satisfying to get right, makes a lot of sense, and if you were using them every day, I'm sure no problem at all. But for me, because I just don't use them, it's a real, I have to relearn it every time. I mean, it's been how long since I last streamed in with one? Probably a year. Beamer says, do you have any tips for a beginner getting into aviation? I don't. It depends which sort of thing you're trying to go for, really. But if you mean you're wanting to get into a career in aviation, then my tip would be go to an airfield, get some work experience or something, or yeah, find ways to be there and soak in the airfield, and you'll naturally meet people involved with flying when you're there. Piano Learner, good to see you. Piano Learner says, hi, I've arrived late, just noticed you've hit 70k mark. Congratulations. Thanks so much, Piano Learner. Thanks for all your help and support. And yeah, 70k is quite something. Really, really, yeah, very, very chuffed about that. So thank you all. Like I say, I thought maybe end of January. But it's arrived early, which is nice. Lorenzo says, would you rather start flying the 73 or stay A320? No, I mean, I wouldn't. You know, I'm not going to turn a job down over it, but if I have an absolute free choice with no other penalties, then I'd probably stay Airbus. Just because, as I was saying earlier, I think doing lots of sectors day in, day out in the 73, early in the morning and so on, I think it could be a little bit less pleasant than the Airbus, which I think offers a lot of comfort. A lot of comfort. You know, just the fact that you can sit and have your tray table, and yeah, just it's a very nice machine. Wrangler is starting flying lessons in the spring. Excellent. Good luck with those. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's it. Carousel. That's it. The Delco Carousel. Agrimeister has named it. Yeah, that's the one. Of course, that's quite hard work at times. Lauren B says, something like a first run 757 still ran off INS but had an FMC with a fixed database. That became more common in the 80s, all still pre-GPS. Indeed, like the MD-80 is in that sort of era, isn't it? It's quite impressively a sort of a mixed match. Subsonic says, like many, the sim is the closest I'll ever get to the experience of flying an aircraft. What draws you to the sim coming from the real world experience? I always simmed growing up, and I did when I first started flying. I carried on, and then it faded a little bit. I didn't do quite as much of it. So by the time I got X-Plane 11 at the start of the pandemic, I didn't really know what the landscape was like. I mainly faded from it because I was using FSX, and that started to become very unsupported, and it was all about P3D, and I wasn't willing to do the whole P3D thing. So, and I hadn't tried X-Plane except for X-Plane 10. So when I got X-Plane 11 and tried out the Toliss, I thought it was just really cool. So I made my first videos with it, and that's what got me back into simming. It was X-Plane 11. What do I like about it? I like my job, so I like flying airplanes, and I like flight sim. Gives me maybe it's a nostalgic thing, I don't know. I really like flight sim. I had a lot of happy memories with it, and I learned so much about flying through it and researching things for it, so I really enjoy it. But the main thing that brings me to simming now, the reason I'm sat here now, is because I get to talk to all of you, frankly. So that's what draws me to it. I don't do so much simming in my own time. Again, this is all my own time, if you know what I mean. I tend to sim with the channel as opposed to sitting at home simming on my own. Now, I do occasionally, certainly DCS. I would say I would be I would use on my own, mainly because I've just got nothing to show anyone. I'm not very good at it. But yeah, I do this because I can sit and chat with you all about aviation, and I've got to say, like, I really enjoy seeing how far it's come and experiencing. I like to experience the other things. There's one of the almost our New Year resolution for last year was to sort of travel a bit more around the world in flight sim, not just Europe. Because when I started, I was more doing tutorials and showing how things were done, so I would do that in my comfort zone of Europe. But it's been really fun since then to sort of branch out, and now we do a lot of flying in other airplanes in other parts of the world where I'm out of my comfort zone, and I enjoy that a lot. You know, we've flown into Los Angeles and Seattle and whatever else. No, have we done Seattle? No, we didn't do Seattle. We should do Seattle. We did Vancouver, didn't we? But anyway, I really enjoy that side of things. So here we are in a 737. Now this is a route we know well, but that's because I had this livery and I really wanted to fly it, and it works well in Europe. But we will, of course, next stream. The deal I made with myself was we would branch out alternate streams. So I'm going to try and stick to that as best I can. Anyway, there's a long answer about why I'm still here. I don't know if anybody wanted to hear that, but thank you for asking. So yeah. Checkpoint says, isn't it almost the birthday of the channel? Yeah, in a couple of months we'll be on year 3. Scary. Flight Dispatch says, busy landing Gatwick only took off 5 minutes ago. Called for push the same time. No! Oh dear. Sorry to hear that, Flight Dispatch, but thank you to everyone who kindly called up after us for push and start, because that really has made it much more manageable for me. There we are. We are making good progress here. We're almost over the Bay of Biscay. There is an absolute amazing stream. I've never seen so many for a long time. We used to have people fly with us a lot, and then of course COVID ended. So I think we are at the front. There was one airplane in front of us, but they seem to have disappeared. So there's us. We're followed by Easy. Naga, I'm not sure. Again, I still haven't worked out what that is. Vueling, the Speedbird, another Easy, a Ryanair. A BAL. What's BAL? Well, that's Batman Airport, but that's not what I'm looking for. BAL. Another Vueling. We're going to Bilbao. That's just great. Really like that. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 behind me. Excellent. Thank you all for flying along. It's great fun. We seem to have spaced ourselves quite nicely, so this should work out. The famous last words. Matt says, I could intercept you, but I'm on the other side of the world. There we go. Britannia. Oh, it's a Britannia. Of course it is. I was going to say I recognise BAL. So is that someone... Is Britannia part of Dan Air Virtual now? Anyway, nice to see you, Britannia. Suitable time frame as this this lovely aeroplane. Shall we do a bit of... Yes, we shall. Castle Gaming, thanks for the follow. Let's have a bit of a air-to-air. Thanks for the follow, Flight Dispatch. You'd need a pretty fast drone to do this shot. I used to prefer the 800, but the 737-700 has definitely grown on me. I actually think it's quite nicely proportioned now. Do I prefer it to the 800? Almost, almost. Unreal, the graphics. They really are so good, aren't they? 2 years in this sim is just still cutting edge of what graphics can be. I don't know how they did it. They really pulled quite the feat with this sim. Anyway, that's a good amount of that before we get too dizzy. Lauren V says, memories of the Ibiza 2 sector day. We had a good dozen on that run, plus Gatwick was absolutely slammed. Yes, goodness me, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, we did a stream where we flew to Ibiza and back. We don't do that so much now. I have not horrible, but I have strong memories of how exhausting that was to run a stream like that. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Checkpoint says, not knowing how to do something is quite fun. The harder it is, the nicer to have success. Went skeet shooting today for the first time in my life and accelerating to hit it. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it was. I should have known Bal was Britannia. I can't believe that. Thank you all. Yeah, an A350. I would love to see an A350 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, a proper one. I mean, I have no idea if there's anyone working on it, but yeah, I mean, that would just be so good. It's such a pretty aeroplane. It always strikes me. I think it's the prettiest twin engine out there now. It's such a good looking machine. Yeah. Indeed, Astraeus. I don't know if it was owned by Bruce. I don't actually know, but he was listed as. Let me get this for you. He's one of the key people. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if he was a manager or not. He was a captain. He flew the 75 when not performing with the band. He was also their marketing director. So there you go. And then they had their Ed Force 1 757, didn't they? Of course. Quite good fun. He says, I remember I flew along as Britannia to Ibiza. Got called Air Berlin the whole way. There you go. Professional Manta fleet manoeuvres. Yeah, if you should do some Manta, we could do some more Manta stuff. Yeah. I don't have a Manta livery for. No, we do have a PMDG. Do we have a PMDG Manta livery, or is that Zebo? We have a Zebo one. Mr. Banana says it's a shame how many brilliant charter airlines Europe has lost over the years. Yeah, the market's very consolidated now. This was a small airline. There was only 9 airplanes in the fleet of Astraeus. I used to see them a lot. They were growing up, so you would have thought they were bigger, but I think that's mainly because I flew from Gatwick with Britannia. Mr. Banana says, and then in Singapore livery all day long. Absolutely. The Singapore, I asked this question after the last stream. I said, was it the last stream? I think it was the last stream. I said, what was it? Was the last stream, wasn't it? Feels like a long time ago now. Yeah, the A310 in Singapore livery, but it was replaced on someone's screen as a A350 in Singapore livery, and it's just reminded me how good looking that airplane is, and that is one of my all-time favourite liveries, of course. DFD is working on the 350. DFD, who's DFD? Flight deck windows on the 350 are rather large. Yeah, they're quite large, although they seem to be exaggerated by the paint scheme. No one wants a 777. Well, we know the 777 is coming, so that's good. Upcoming freeway headwind A330-900, perhaps going to be something. Yeah, 330 near, that's pretty cool. Aerosoft's 330 seems to be shaping up nicely as well. VKG, do you know the VKG? That would be Viking, no? Viking was a charter airline? I've never used the Viking aircraft. Let me just Google that. What was their livery? Oh, there it is. Yes, it was that sort of light blue one. It wasn't the UK airline, of course. But it did have UK bases. It had one in Glasgow, Athens, Heraklion, Gatwick, Manchester, Stockholm and Bristol. How strange, considering it's a Swedish airline, of course, Viking Airlines. Quite a small fleet there as well. They had MD-80, 73800s, 73700s. Yeah, Viking doesn't... probably it's a bit after me. Oh no, started in 2003, finished in 2010. Ah, strange. But no, Viking doesn't register in my mind. They must have not been on similar routes. What were your thoughts of the CRJ? I liked the CRJ. I would fly it again. I haven't updated it though. I need to figure out how to update it. I enjoyed the CRJ a lot. Yeah, quite fun. Different sort of airplane. Very strange. Bombardier classic. Couldn't be couldn't be quite as straightforward, but it is straightforward, I suppose. It's quite a simple design in some ways. Yeah, so VKG wasn't... So Viking was VIK, so yeah, I don't know what VKG is. Kelpie says, thoughts on Boom Supersonic? I will... I'll have thoughts on it a bit closer to actually seeing one. If I see one roll out, and not a prop, I want to see one with engines, fuel systems, hydraulic systems, ready to fly, then I'll start having thoughts about it. Daniel B likes the look of the 350 flight deck. Yeah, I wouldn't... yeah, fair enough. Yeah, looks alright. I wouldn't say it's my favourite looking flight deck. Personally, I prefer the 380s. Went to Egypt on Astraeus. No Bruce on the flight deck, sadly. 757 out, 737 back. So there you go. Someone's flying with Astraeus. Excellent. Were they good? Matt says, I want to see an SR-71 in Microsoft Flight Simulator that's actually good and a dark style autopilot. Yes, that would be cool. Yeah. Nikolai, hello to you. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing very well. Digital flight dynamics and will be free. Goodness me. A free 350. Excellent. A220 is coming to explain from Hot Start. So the rumours go. Excellent. Yeah, A220 would be fun. Good to try out something different. Although I have some preliminary thoughts if it's a Bombardier. Embraer. We're getting an Embraer, aren't we? I want to see the Embraer family. That's another one I've not flown and I hear is lovely. I have not heard a bad review of any pilot who flies the Embraer 190, 170 family. So I'm looking forward to those. The 350 is like the 777 indeed, so yes, it's that sort of size. The 787 is smaller. 350 is a big machine. They originally announced it as the extra wide body, but yeah, it's like a 777. It can take 10 people across in economy. Yeah. Here we go. Matthew Presley, like me, slightly cynical. Never going to fly commercially. There just isn't a market for 3-hour transatlantic flights in a glorified RJ cabin. The premium market is in more room per seat, not less. There you go. There you go. Like I say, I mean, there has been a supersonic market in a small cabin airplane. It did eventually get stopped, but it did run for a long time. Like, let's not forget, Concorde was not short-lived. It's just, it feels like a big loss to the industry because there's nothing to replace it, whereas things like the 757 got replaced, of course, by newer airplanes. They didn't just disappear. But yeah, I'll believe it when I see an actual airplane that might fly. Then I get excited. Indeed, Fly-by-Wire is bringing us the A380. Cannot wait for that. That looks absolutely stunning already. Mark says, completely forgot about the stream due to model building. Tried to finish a model for someone by the weekend. Oh, very good. I just finished a model 2 days ago. I finally finished a 1-to-144 F-14. Let me tell you this. Building fighter jets at 1-to-144 is for people with much better dexterity and hands and eyes than me. It was something else trying to build that. I've never worked on a model so small with so many details and so many transfers, and it's I think some of you might know what the model is, but I can reveal now that it is an F-14. Surprise, surprise. And it's actually in a rather, I would post a picture of it on the Discord, but it's perhaps a slightly controversial livery, if you can believe it, for a machine that's designed to shoot missiles, because it's all black and features a bunny rabbit on the tail. So there you go. It was a real F-14. Watchmaker scale indeed. Yeah. So I've got a slightly bigger F-16, which I'm going to have a go at next. Alex Vanderpad says, with many 737s, that will cost them a lot to get the pilots all type rated again. We might have missed that conversation actually. Lauren V suggests that some pilots don't like the 190 and can't wait to switch to the 220. They think it's a toy made of plastic. Well, yeah, well, 737. Oh well, Boeing pilots often think that about the Airbus. I've heard. I don't know. I've heard good things from 190 pilots, so I shall see. We shall see what we make of it when it arrives. We'll judge it based on our experience of it in flight sim. Why not, eh? Why not? Joris Giovangelli, thank you so much for the €30 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Joris says, as a teen, I'm all about flying. Flight lessons, FS 2004, studying for flight school, but moved to engineering and no flying for 15 years. Until YouTube recommended one of your videos. 3 weeks of binge and joy on the Phoenix. Thanks a lot. That's really kind, Joris. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. You absolutely didn't have to, but I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. That is, that's great. Yeah, what a treat. What a treat that the channel can bring back that passion. So glad. Thank you for watching the videos. Glad you enjoyed them. Glad they've helped, and thanks so much for supporting the channel with that incredibly generous super chat. Really, very, very kind. Thank you, Joris, for the super chat. Yeah, FS 2004. I skipped it. I was 2002, and then FSX. But yeah, glad to hear YouTube's still recommending my videos. So that's good to know. That is good to know. But thank you guys, really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoy the stream and some of the other videos. Paddy, good to see you, Paddy. Paddy says, I made that F-14 kit, but chose the Ghost Riders paint scheme. Yeah, I should have probably done the Ghost Rider scheme. I think the transfers might have been a bit easier. I've also not bothered with the missiles because it's so small. There was no way. It comes without, I feel like it must be at least 100 transfers for the missiles, which is these tiny red lines. Unreal. I've never seen a kit with such difficult transfers. There was no way I was doing that. So I've left it in sort of a display setup. So it's clean, which I think looks quite nice. I've managed most of the fuselage and the actual aeroplane transfers. Oh, apparently the 190 is a slow climber. Interesting. I hadn't heard that. Gregory says, I built that livery when I was maybe 14. Yeah, there you go. So if you want to hear about livery, I won't post a picture of it on the Discord for that reason. So I don't get accused of supporting it, but it's a livery, an all black. It's a very smart looking F-14, all black. It looks like something out of Ace Combat, and then it has a white bunny rabbit on the tail. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, if I did it today, I'd probably have done the Ghost Riders livery. Although I think I couldn't work out how I could paint, because Ghost Riders is 2 colours, and I was thinking I can't paint that because I can't do the line on such a small scale. Whereas this one was just all black, which was easier to do. They also ride horrible in turbulence, says Matthew. Oh dear, bad reviews then of the Embraer 190. I won't be buying one until I've had a definite test drive. Ah, there you go. Dave says, looked up my notes from Egypt 2005, got them the wrong way round, so it's 7.5 back, 7.3 out. Very good. Aircraft guy says, I'm 11, I can do a full flight in the A320 and 7.3 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very good. Well done. Dave says, 737 out, surprisingly comfortable for such a small aircraft. The 6-hour flight passed by very quickly despite the absence of any in-flight entertainment. That is good. That is good. I don't know if I'd feel the same way. I have done a long flight in a 7.3 and it was, I was a little bit upset it was so small, I would say. Flight Dispatch says, think the 737 cockpit is small. Take a look at the Embraer 171. Oh dear, there's terrible reviews. I was expecting the Embraers to be a total treat. Pilots I know who've flown them in Europe have really enjoyed them. But obviously not. Obviously they're getting mixed reviews around the world. So we shall see. To be fair, the pilots I knew who flew them, their previous experience was on Dash 8s. So maybe compared to that it's a breath of fresh air, but compared to a 737 or an Airbus maybe they're a little bit small. Thank you, Yoris. Yeah, it is amazing the progress of simulators since then. Agreed. Dave says, Boeing 757-200 GOAVB back. Lucky enough to be seated in the Premier class. Tattoo leather seats with slightly better seat pitch than economy. I was wishing we got another 737. Oh dear. 7.3 over 7.5. Unbelievable. Can't say that on this channel. I can't wait to get 7.5 in this sim. George says, in the past, the choice for 737 is a long story after DC-9, but many people in KLM used to call the 7.3... I don't know what that... I don't know what I'll be saying if I say that. Thaddy says, the missiles were not exactly pointing straight on mine. Won't splash too many MiG-28, I worry. Yes, yeah, that's why I didn't even attempt it. I thought I'll just say it's the display spec. There you go. And he says, apparently Flyby pilots love the 195s because the alternative was the Q400 and not have hot food. There you go. No comments. Where are you above, asks Dylan. Where are we? We're over the Bay of Biscay. Delog is the end of the Bay of Biscay and also our top of descent. So Bordeaux will be passing down the left-hand side. You can usually just about see the coast in this sort of route. It is certainly time to start preparing for Bilbao. But first, a slice of Terry's chocolate orange. Lucas, thanks for the follow. Time operator as well. Interestingly, we've got some traffic ahead of us. So 2,000 feet below, 2,000 feet below, and then at our level. The one at our level is 40 miles away. But yeah, we've got some crossing traffic. People going out to Palma, people coming across to Madrid. Excellent. Right, in-flight snacks consumed. Let's sort out the charts. This is a shorter flight than I was thinking in my head, which is probably a good thing considering how late we started. 7 o'clock here in the UK. Let's see. We've been to Bilbao before. It was a while ago now. I sort of forgive myself returning to places these days because we've done so many flights and over 3 years. We agreed an arrival of SNR. So that's strange. We have more northerly arrivals available to us, but we're not doing them for some reason. Why wouldn't we do that? We're going in this way. Oh well. That's what we planned. That's what we'll do. So SNR, Santander, and then along the coast. Should be very scenic. We can descend down to 6,000. Above 100 at Santander. Let's put this arrival in. What's the weather? Has anyone come online? No, not that I can see. So, aero weather it is. James has salt and vinegar chipsticks. I haven't had those for a very long time. There's no way to see it Bilbao, but real world appear to be using runway 30. Excellent, thank you. Let's grab a version of the weather. 002, so wind is very light. A lovely 10 degrees, so not that warm, but it is cavalcade and night time there right now. So we'll forgive them 10 degrees. So 30 would be very nice indeed. So that's going to change the arrival then, because this is obviously for runway 12. So we're going to do the Santander arrival for runway 30. So apologies if you've listened to the route I put in. I shouldn't have put the runways on it. There we go. And then we'll do the ILS for 30. It's a beautiful approach, this one. So this is one I want to do. I think it's their favourite one. Too many charts. I hate works charts. They are always hopeless to interpret. There we go. Because we know our sim will not feature works in progress. So we're going to arrive at Santander. So let's put this in here. ILS. Oh, Yankee or Zulu? Zulu would be normal. From Sarah. We've done this before. We flew this hold. Dylan, we won't go anywhere else after Bilbao. No. Let's just pick out the difference. What's the Yankee? Yeah, no, we'll do the Zulu. So ILS Zulu 30 via Santander 3 Kilo and 3 Quebec. What's the difference? 3 Quebec and 3 Kilo takes you to the hold and back, whereas that one goes to Sarah. From Sarah we then enter the hold. So let's go through Quebec, transition of Sarah. In it goes. Now we'll just do a quick check and zoom in. We're fast, eh? Cruising at 7.9. Yeah, no problem. Right. Step, 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 step. Right, let's see how this works. So reach Sarah, hold at Sarah, and then I'm going to leave the hold. Goodness me. Let's hope that works. And then in center fix. Okay, looks good. So effectively come in. That's going to hurt my head to try and interpret the Boeing way of typing this. So let's see. So Sarah, hold at Sarah. And then D117 Tango. So that's the 117, which is what all of this is. Tango. Goodness me. It's 20 miles out. So it has a 20-mile point. Presumably that is on the BLV. So it's talking about this point. So it's going to fly the hold. And how can we see the hold? If I go hold, fix at Sarah, it's 116. Thanks, Alpha Indigo, for the subscription. You're watching me struggle through holds in the 77. 116, inbound of 296. Yeah, close enough. In fact, correct for the hold at Sarah. It should be right-hand turns. Right-hand turns, right-hand turns. Yep, 296 right-hand turns. That's good. Okay, so it's going to fly. I'll let it enter this hold. So it should do a parallel join. And then we can actually head straight back inbound on the RLS. We're going to arrive at Sarah at 6,000 feet as the lowest. And let's just check that from this arrival. Let's put this back all the way to map. Just keep an eye on how far we are out. Good, we're doing alright, we're doing alright. We arrive at, we can be flight of 80 from Santander. Then we arrive over Bilbao. Then we go outbound on 3 Quebec to Sarah to hold. 6,000 feet there. That's absolutely fine. Once we're in the holds at Sarah, we'll stay at 6, out to 22. Once we're back inbound, we can drop it down to 49. See, this is going to be tight then. So passing each of these, so we'll have the speed right back as we arrive at Sarah. We'll do this all clean and 250 knots until we get in. So right down for the hold. And then we're going to get the speed back and get flaps 1. And then I want to get to flap 5, get right back to sort of 200 knots. Speed limit in the hold. Have they published one? Minimum holding altitude of 6,000 feet. So we can't drop the load until we're inbound. And then we can drop down to 49. But yeah, we'll keep it at 200 knots for that. Wouldn't do it above 220 anyway. And then we'll head inbound. We will then fly down 49, passing 13.5. We'll drop to 44, and then 11.3 inset the glide slope. 3.4 degree glide slope. It's a steep glide slope, so we'll have the speed back and the gear down as we join that glide slope. Even from, well, we might not need the gear from 11 miles, but certainly we'll need to be flap 15, which is going to give us the gear horn in this aeroplane anyway. So we probably have to put the gear down just to make it be quiet. Aristobrat says, I have a friend whose career spans flying hunters in the RAF to being an Airbus training captain for Emirates. In his opinion, the 737 should have been put down years ago. Well, there you go. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. Good. Right. So, yeah, this is going to be tight. So, configuring early. Once we are pointing back in on ourselves, we need to get that speed right back. I think we might actually have to do a hold. I don't think we can descend to Sarah at 49. Because we're not going to be on the inbound track. We'll be over here because we're going to fly an offset join. So we're going to fly, sorry, a parallel join where we go out like that, back round. We could, can we, does it tell us how it's going to join? No, it could do a offset. An offset would be better, but not technically correct. So yeah, so it would probably do a parallel. So anyway, if we aren't on this extended centre line, i.e. at Karma, then I'm not going to do it. I have to wait for it to join the holds. Sorry, it would go join, and then you can go inbound there and descend. Because at 18.6, you can drop down. Just see if there's like an alternative procedure. No. Right, enough of that. Minimums 438. Which goes minimums. Here we go. Barrow. Go, 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 go. Alpha Indigo, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. I'm just scrolling through 438. This is tedious. Come on, come on, come on. 438. Good. And what I was going to do is you can actually preset the Q&A. So it's quite high, 1026. Now I quite like this feature. I think this is a good feature. Now I've flown 737s where this is on a spring, so it recenters. So you're not actually scrolling, you're sort of springing it in the direction you want to go. And it's terrible. I don't know why it's like that. It should just be a scroll wheel like it is here. I don't know if that's an option or what the difference is, but yeah. Unbelievable. Really don't like that. Dimitri says, greetings from a rainy Vancouver. I see you are taking a chance on the dark side. Won't say good to see you. Good to see you, Dimitri. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you're doing very well. And yeah, we are trying it out. We're getting more comfortable with the Boeings. I'd say the 7.5 is probably still my my favourite. The overhead panel is so natural. But we're getting used to this. So I hope it's all well for you. It's not raining here in the UK today, which is a treat. But Vancouver, of course, famous for it. But I hope you're having a nice day nonetheless. And thanks for coming along. Noah says, I might go via Mapax and fly the DME ARC until final. Well, that's going to throw a spanner in the works, but that would probably be a lot better. Yeah, there it is. That brings you in, and then you can just ascend. So we'll just have to beat you there, because that's not what we're doing. We're going to take the scenic route along the coast, over the airfield, and then back in on ourselves. Got to try it out. Fuel-wise, 4.9, plenty of fuel. That should have us landing. Well, probably going to burn about a ton and a half from now. Arriving with 4.4. Oh, not even that. Not even close to that. 500 kilos. We're going to be sipping fuel because, of course, we're about to start descent. That would make a lot of sense. Auto brake. It's not the longest runway in the world. I'm actually going to go for 3. Because I don't know how good the auto brake would be. So we're going to go for 3. We will on the speed brakes on final. We do have to do that. Landing flap. We'll go for flap 30. As it's a steeper approach. So now I'm going to go to here. We'll choose flap 30 and put it in there. 133 VAP. .133. Goods. 110.3 course 297. Oh yes, of course. I will put that on both sides. We'll have course 297, so we do have to tune the ILS ourselves. Gatwick is carnage at the minute. Says that's great. Oh no, what's going on there? I thought they did very well with us. We had a lot of aircraft called up at once. I didn't realise there were 9 of us going to Bilbao all at once. Light rain is coming in the morning. Landing gear one says very good. Let's see. What was I going to do next? I was going to tune it. Do I have to tune the ILS? Not on there. Not on there. Nav. Yes, of course we do. So let's check it matches. So 103, 297, 297, 103. Good. Things to remember in the 737. So we've discussed we have to put the gear down by flap 15 and we get the gear horn. We need to arm the speed brakes. We've tuned the ILS, that's a big one, and it should appear on here automatically. So I think that's all good. The flare, we're going to do the same thing as the Airbus, but we need to watch out because as we close the throttles, the nose will drop. So we'll be aware of that. Any power changes after we remove the autopilot will also mean I need to retrim. Those are the big ones there. Good. Right. What's the descent speeds it's planning? Hopefully quite fast. Yeah, 290, 290. Then it drops it down to 138 on the final. Perfect. Great. Dimitri says, yes, you must tune manually on the dark side. Indeed. Indeed. Dax Quacker says, when you're cruising on Unicom, do you just look out for an upcoming controller and connect to them a few nautical miles out of their airspace? They will call you. I didn't know that when I started flying on VATSIM, but thankfully my viewers helped me. They will radio you, you get a beep beep message, and that will be your clue. Apologies. Right, I'm back. Yeah. So 10 degrees cover K. It's a lovely day. In real life, you'll always be handed off to the next frequency. Around Europe, if you go further afield, things are different, but that's not something I deal with much. Ah, yes, preset your out for the VNAV descent. So above 10,000 at Santander. Let's put that in, and then it will just go, won't it? Oh, this is tedious though. I don't like this. Go faster, please. There we go. Okay, not too bad. Just going to drag it off to the side. 10,000 is in. That is still going to be a flight level. Or is it? Let's check the chart before I start making things up. Yep, 80. So now we just sit here and it will just descend. Symlink still not working. Okay, yeah, I did get an error message from that in all the chaos of starting up today. -13 southeast of Finland with snowing. Not so summer. No, although Europe's very warm this year. Very warm. It's been quite something actually. Here we go. Starting down. Oh, it's quite an aggressive start. Off we go. Oh yes, landing elevation. Let's get that right as well. Yeah, look, it's going to just overspeed, surely. 3,000 feet per minute off the bat. That's not very good. And it's going below the profile. Okay. Getting under control. It's a good moment. Autothrottle arm mode is ready because, of course, now it considers itself disengaged. I definitely prefer the Airbus way of staying in M mode, so it just says idle. Yeah, 128, not bad. We guessed not too far off elevation. How fine-tuned. There we go. By the way, Bilbao, here we go. 2,600 meter runway, but it is inset. So landing distance available. We're landing on runway 30. But on the threshold, 2,100 meters. It's a short runway. It's a short runway. 2,100 meters. So yeah, auto brake 3 and full flap should work nicely. Hopefully off at Charlie 5 back into the terminal. I do have a freeware downloaded from flightsim.to, which I have tried out, and it's very nice. I'm going to put the logo lights on now because I will forget. I'm also going to load up the replay software, which I forgot last stream. I won't start it recording just yet. It's shortly. Astraeus says, flight sim found out the other day that VATSIM protocol is for you to contact the AT. Oh, there you go. Oh, dear. Ah, yes, Dimitri, thank you. Bank angle limiter time to move. Yes, I think so. Well remembered. Thank you. Again, not used to that from the Airbus. So am I supposed to... I am, in theory, supposed to contact other people, am I? Doug says, just spotted you all on the map. Going to tune in on LMD approach and get ready for this. Very good. Grill Toaster has tipped $5. Thanks so much, Grill Toaster. They said, it's always a treat to see you go live. It always makes me want to become a pilot. At the same time, I do love my engineering job. It's so difficult to choose. Well, thanks so much, Grill Toaster. Really, really appreciate the tip. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for supporting the channel. What a treat to be able to say that you love your job and it's difficult to choose. That is a really nice place to be. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. So... yeah, what a treat to be able to say you love your job that much. That's just that's really great. So thanks so much. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks for chatting along. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the tip. To Grilled Toaster, very kind. Weather just changed. Favors 1-2. Yeah, we'll do 3-0. We'll do 3-0 with a bit of tailwind. I think we can do it. Only a 737-700. Where's our gross weight? We have to find it in here, don't we? Drag required. No, it isn't. We got miles to go. Distance. Look at that. Where's our distance? Distance to go. 97 miles. There you go. To Bilbao. What was I looking for? I was looking for gross weight, 57.8 tons. There you go. That's got to be well below max landing. Well, actually, no, I don't know for this airplane. Might not be well below it. Landing gear says expect moderate amount of rain with temperatures as low as 10 degrees Celsius. Expect moderate amount of rain with temperatures as low as 7 degrees Celsius. So there you go. Yeah, let's... I don't know what that's even set to. 10, 20, 25... No, that's 30. That's 10. I don't know what these middle ones are. Let's just put it in the middle for now. Although it seems to just be doing 30 regardless, because we're going so fast. So there's Santander. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world, this. Sharklets or wingtip fences to fly. Don't care. Don't notice a difference. Some people say they can. Some people say they're more floaty or they don't lose energy down the approach. I personally really can't tell. I mean, I might use it as an excuse if I'm high. Oh, but it's the Sharklets, of course. Michael says, what do you think of the NPL license? I think it's absolutely great, just like the other license. The only thing with the NPL is these days just watch out, because I know that they are tying it to airlines. So if the airline fails and your license is attached to that airline, things can be a bit tricky. So make sure there's some sort of contingency plan in place in case that happens. So the flight school should offer you some sort of protection, i.e. if the airline fails whilst you're in training, we'll convert it to a normal license. And that's the only thing. I know that there has been some difficulty with that side of things, but as an actual license, you know, if it all goes well, yeah, great. Yeah, really nice view. Just, yeah, love this part of the world. It's not the Mediterranean, which I think we said last time. 25 bank angle now. Okay, is that there? I mean, it must be so noisy on this flight deck, because you've got all these little bits here. Like, these will make an absolute racket. And that sort of windscreen wiper sitting out in the airflow. On the Airbus, it tucks in slightly. But anything like that, if you ever have any frost left on the fuselage, and you're not supposed to, but if you do, and it doesn't come off as expected during de-icing or something, it's deafening. It's so loud. If you had, like, all these little bits must really make a noise in that flight deck. And it's quite a pointy flight deck, so it'll be quite noisy anyway. Still, smart looking machine. Hopefully we can stay pretty much idle the whole way down now. Thank you again, Grill Toaster, for the very kind donation. Oh, our overlay's a bit optimistic, because of course we're now going to head out straight over our airport. Because Bilbao is in front of us. I don't like this range ring. Why can't I ever see the actual range? It's always slightly hidden. 40. So we're about 25 miles out from Bilbao. So it's in here. There it is. Is headphone simulation on? The PMDG is very loud about it. Oh, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, I won't start fiddling in those menus now, actually. Could lead to a problem. Nobody can hear anything over the sound of the 737 trim wheels anyway. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, exactly. Just that noise that thing makes. Right, we did have a descent checklist. So, presentation, landing altitude done, recall. So you press that, and it shows new problems, or any problem actually left in the system. Auto brake is on 3. Landing data, VREF and minimums we've done. Approach briefing completes. Next is the approach one, altimeters. So that's coming up. So we're safe now down to... It's quite fun sometimes not having Simlink and just making sure we get it right. Down to 80 until we get to the Bilbao VOR. So still a flight level. Especially with that high QNH. Is set we only used for taxi after landing? Nope. On the Airbus you can taxi out on one engine as well. Again, said it already, but look at that weather engine. The way it does this is just so spot on. The way the clouds get trapped by the mountains. I don't know how they're achieving this. It's leaps and bounds ahead of anything we've seen before. You know, and it's not just the graphics. It's better than the graphics. It really works. You get that sort of effect where different air masses are being trapped by high terrain. You know, and I know in Milan, over Milan, you see that a lot, and it's done well in Microsoft. And look at it. Oh, amazing, amazing. Thanks, Sam, for the subscription. Scorcher says, hello, I'm going for my first flight tomorrow. Any tips? It's in a 172 and I want to impress the flight school. No tips. You just enjoy it and listen to your instructor on the day. Just enjoy it. Brilliant. You'll have a great time. Yeah, 172 is a lovely machine. Yeah. Don't need to impress anyone. Just enjoy it. You'll learn in aviation, if you're going on to become a pilot, impressing people doesn't work. It never works. If you're trying to impress someone, you're probably annoying them. No, this is the terrain radar. I don't know if the weather radar works. I doubt it, but I'm not even going to attempt that at this point. Still nice and idle descent. We're doing all right. So after the Bilbao VOR, we're going to head outbounds, and we can descend down to 6,000 feet on the QNH of 1026. Yeah. So he says, meanwhile, Reddit cries about weather being unrealistic. No, it's top notch. I mean, if you load it up and it doesn't exactly match what you've got outside your window, then you know that's fair enough. I mean, how can I have a sensor everywhere? But this is a remarkably realistic image out the windows of what I would think of what I've seen. I'm just going to use a bit of speed brake. I want to slow down a bit. Don't really know what I'm doing here because I'm in VNAV, so I'd expect it not to slow down, but it seems to be re-coordinating itself slowly as well. But the Airbus would start spooling up at this point, so I'm not really sure. There they go, FMC speed, so it is going to spool up. So I'm just going to bring the speed brakes in. So we're past the Bilbao VOR, down to 6,000. And we'll go to the QNH 1026. I do like that. That's a neat feature that you can have it preset and displayed there. VNAV speed, down we go to 40 knots. Yeah, pretty reasonable. Into the valley. James says, the change of runway lost me. Still at flight level 360. I may be out of this one. James, we're still going with 30. Yeah, we've just gone over the airfield. We're not going to let the weather tell us what to do. I'll regret that when we run out of runway. So yeah, it's a steep approach because of the terrain, and then you've got the inset threshold because of the steep approach and the terrain, and then you've got this short runway. So touchdown zone ends there, and then the next one starts there. It's a short one, yeah. But this is the right sort of aeroplane to take there. Not like we're in a 747. Anyway, we're through 10,000 feet. Let's get the lights on. Checklist done. Altimeters set. Next is landing. I think we can actually do that on here as well. Approach altimeters. Landing is engine start, switch, speed brakes, landing gear, and flaps. Of course, I've got this lowered for the stream, but it would be higher up in the real aircraft. There you go. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is, but that is the join. So there's the parallel offset join that I talked about. So we're going to have to do a hold and then back out. It is indeed lovely scenery, no? Agreed. Agreed. So I'm just leaving it at VNAV. I'm just curious to see how it wants to do it, VNAV path. In holds, it's nice to do a continuous descent in a hold if you know you're alone in the hold. But if you've got traffic joining behind you, then you can't really do it. You need to just get down to your level, because that traffic behind you is also going to be descending on top of you once it reaches the hold. So controllers won't be impressed, unless you're all sort of descending, and then it's fine. But there we go. James is still in. Excellent. I like the Neo Leap engines as well. With the they do sound like a mini GE90. Totally agreed. Flight dispatch. Yeah, I totally agree. I love the GE90 noise. There's our last 1,000 to go. So it's going to bring us back at Sarah. But Sarah, we have to be at 6. Because we'll be offset. JJ Smallpiece asks, when the speed brakes deploy, is the in and out supposed to be the same amount, or correct that they're different? I'm sure it's correct. I'm sure PMDG got this right. It'll be to do with the way the wing bends and so on. Same with Airbus. The Airbuses all have different deflections and different spoilers that they use. So the 321 doesn't use the same ones as the 320, and when the autopilot's on and off and all sorts, yeah. So there'll be all sorts of thinking behind it. So they want to use the inboard ones more, it seems. They don't look that effective, really. There's only just a few in the inboard part of the wing. Oh, it's doing an offset. Okay, good news then. It is going to do the offset, which is what I wanted to do. So it's going to go left and then right that way, and then it's going to decel. So what we can do is actually head straight in. So that's going to save us some time. So we're now going to do this and back round. So as we turn around, after 18.6, we can descend down to 4.9. 18.6 on the India Bravo Lima, which will be displayed here, and we're at 17.8. Good, that's good news, good news, good news. I'm using the flightsim.to scenery once we get down there for the actual airport, but this is just Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at it, that's just great. Just great. Oh. Getting some turbulence off the hills, slightly overdone. 6 knots, I don't think it'll be shaking it around too much. We're landing on 30. So we're going to turn the corner. When the DME drops, we'll go down to 4,000 and join the ILS. What's our favourite wing view? That one's quite nice. How would you program the FMC if you want to avoid nasty weather? You won't. You'll either do it in heading and avoid the weather like that, or if you can see the weather's on your route, you can just do an offset of your route in the FMC. However, rarer on short haul sort of flying. Long haul, that's what they'd do, more likely. Oh, no, doing that. Right, so let's slow down. So let's get the first bit of flap out. So we go to 1. And it's automatically bringing the speed back. I like it. 190 knots. Because remember, it is a steep approach. 6, 12, 18. So we need 18 miles from 6,000 feet on a 3 degree. Now it's slightly steeper than that, so we'll descend a little bit later. But we need to have the speed under control here. Energy will be an issue. Also, I need to exit the hold. So I'm going to hope it will just keep the turn going. We'll give it all the bank angle it wants. It can have up to 30 degrees now. It's reduced it on its own. That's good news. Don't expect butter. My excuses are, of course, excuses. We're well above 1,000 feet, so we have the option. Steep approach, unfamiliar aeroplane, short runway. So we have to get it down. I don't know the 737 very well. So there we go. Lucas asks, what needs to be enabled on to turn the ground control on in 3? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about the flight recorder? Not sure. Sorry. Right, so there was some traffic. So, Bilbao traffic. Flystar 323, currently on a 22-mile final, 6,000 feet for runway 30, beginning descent shortly. We're pointing straight at some traffic ahead of us. That's not good. Because they're now, hopefully they're going to fly the hold out like that. But they would have been put 1,000 feet above us by air traffic control. There they go. They are off to the right. Excellent. Nice one. That will generate, I suspect that will generate an RA. We're going to say that we know why that is today, and we're not going to follow that. You would, of course, in real life regardless. Let's get the next bit of flap out. So we go to flap 5. Okay, descending at 18.6. 18.6. Here's the glide slope coming down above us. Localizer, we are on it. So I'm going to arm lock. Why not? We are lock. Let's put the next altitude in the window, which was 49. Yep. It should start down on its own, I guess. No, it's not managing that. So I'm just going to put it into vertical speeds. 700 feet per minute, 160 knots with flap 5 out. We're doing alright. And basically, we can join the glide slope now. We'll monitor to make sure we don't go below any of those altitudes. So let's arm approach. Second autopilot. MTP speed, VOR, lock, VS, glide slope armed. Actually, we can just back off on the glide slope and intercept it like that. Keep it relatively continuous. By the way, if we go around, we are going to 2 miles on the VOR, and then a right turn to follow the 316 radial to 4,000, and then a right turn to VOR. So we're basically going to arm nav mode if we need to. It is sequencing. No, it's not sequencing. Oh, it's a different button, isn't it? Delete. Invalid delete. Oh, I don't know. 160 at 15 miles. We're doing well. We are descending, and soon we'll be on the glide slope. The traffic behind us hopefully doing okay. Maybe I just copy this to there. Execute. Glide slope single channel, and then it should go to dual as we get a bit lower. Intercepting the glide slope now.
Traffic, Niagara 404, wheels down and vacated runway 12.
Oh, they beat us nicely there. How did they do that? We're just going to stop at 4,000. In the event we go around. No, we'll stop at 6. So put that above us. SP speed, Vorlock, glide slope. So still in the right modes. Let's drop the gear. And let's arm the speed brakes. And let's go for the next stage of flap. Flap 10. Flap 15. Sort of hoping it would target our approach speed. We agreed that's 133, so let's just put that in. Actually, we can go a bit faster for now. Let's keep it let's keep 158. Bilbao traffic. Flystar 323, final to land, 11 miles for runway 30. Flight dispatches. I'm halfway through watching your A350 flight to the Maldives. That was good fun. I fly a lot of long haul, but with a good sleep in between, so fair play to you. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that. That's or you're enjoying that video. That was a great flight, great fun, but that was, yeah, I knew when I started it, I said I'm not going to just disappear off. I'm going to stay here for the whole thing. We're going to do a proper long haul. And we did. That was great fun. That was great fun. Right, let's start the replay software. That's ready. Okay, getting rocky. Just amazing, just spot on, spot on. Right. Let's just check. 133 is still the target speed. But that...
Happy landings, everyone.
Thank you. That is 133. It's actually dropped to 132, but that's VREF, so we should add 5. I have been told that before. Let's get the next bit of flap out while I'm talking. So it'd be 138. So that's actually our final speed. It's fast. It is a fast speed, even this little one. In fact, 137 now. The weights are adjusted. 137. Wind correction plus 5. So that's not included, is it? So there's VREF, and then we go 5 knots above it. And we'll go for flap 30. Oh, yeah. See that coming through to meet us. Oh, no, it's going to 40. Don't do that. 30, please. There we go. Good. So, landing checklists. Engine start switches. Thank you. Go to continuous. Speed brakes armed. We've got a little green light there. There's the runway. Landing gear down. 3 greens. Flaps 30.
Easy
And green light leading edge flaps.
On a 1 mile final for runway 30. Bill now.
How many mile final? Some traffic going the other way out there. Excellent. Flystar 323 landing runway 30 at Bilbao. Currently on a 3 mile final. Good. Yeah, the lighting also amazing. Totally agree. Now I do have my auto throttles connected, so I'm going to let it stabilize, and then I will set the power accordingly. Aware that any power change is a trim change. I need to idle them myself, unlike the A310, which does that for you in a weird thing. That's the strangest one out of them. And the autopilot disconnect does work. I know that. Good. Right. Let's enjoy.
1,000.
Stable visual. All looking good. We're going to... I know 47 is a bit low, so let's go for 50%. Auto thrust off. Yeah, not like that. Problem is I can't match my hardware with it very easily. There's no donuts because the 7.3 isn't designed to be flown at that. The Airbus, it works. Keep it at 50. It's working quite well. That steeper approach means slightly lower power. It's not doing too much retrimming. Now, look at that picture. Not quite right, is it? Quite a steep visual picture. Autopilot off.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Yeah. Doing 950 feet per minute, just to keep 2 whites, 2 reds.
100.
No headwind. Bit of a steep approach.
50.
Into the flare.
30. 20.
Idle.
10.
There's touchdown. Get the reversers out. Let the auto brake take the strain. And we have speed brakes, reverse green, I suppose, and we are decelerating. We're not going to make that exit though. So 3 was not quite as much as I had imagined it would be. Maybe we could have gone max. You can't go max in the 320, but it does look like a landing mode in this one. So disconnect the auto brakes. And we will put forward idle. And we will vacate here. Excellent. Welcome to Bilbao. Use the full runway, so we'll watch everyone else land as we taxi back. That's good. Yeah, really like the 737. It's I do enjoy it. I don't have the 800, Matt. That's the only reason.
Final approach 1 mile out of runway 30.
That sounds like a very fast Airbus. Bilbao traffic. Flystar 323, runway 30 vacated. A bit premature to call that, but I'm just going to help out our friend there. Because you would, of course, call it after crossing these lines. So we will have a replay coming soon, so I'm going to leave the flaps and lights as they are. I know that's not how it should be done. But, yeah, I think it's worth it for the replay. Right, let's get the power up. Let's get back the other way. Get towards that touchdown zone. Yeah, you can hear the overspeed warning on that traffic. There was a light headwind, so I think that was the correct runway to use at least. Nice landing, says the flight guide. Thank you. Yeah, I think that went quite well.
traffic, right now 125 is on right base for runway
Yeah,
0 to about.
There's about 5 aeroplanes now, all on final somewhere. Yeah, what does PMDG charge for the 800s? What would you like me to fly? Does anyone mind the 700s? I won't. I do happily. I'll happily get aircraft for the channel. But I'm not going to get the 700 if we. That's right. I'm not going to get the 800 unless we particularly have a burning need for it. Really, I suppose. There we go. There's some traffic, but I'm more than happy to do it if people want it. Oh, is it not just an upgrade? Can I not just spend $10 and get the different versions?
For final approach.
Some autopilot's disconnecting. Same price for the 7 and 800. Ah, so one of them was cheaper, wasn't there? Oh well, I'm not. I don't think it's worth. I got this because it was the first one that came out, and I actually, like I say, it's grown on me, the 700. I think it looks nicer than I originally did. Okay, we're getting some honest thoughts about the pricing there. Yeah, well, I'm not going to spend all the money again. Nice, there we go. A320 down. Yeah, I'm not going to spend all the money just to get the same flight deck again. Wasn't one of them cheaper? I remember, didn't they release a different 7.3 that was much cheaper, and it sort of felt like that would have been the one to get if you didn't have this one. 600 was cheaper. There you go. Yeah, 600 could be cool, something different. But the 700 is nice. It's it's a shorter version, but I think it still looks quite nice. Feels more like what the 7.3 was meant to be. This version. 600 is maybe a little bit short. 800 is definitely too long. This feels like the sweet spot. The mid-range, the 320 version, not the 21 or the 19. This is Bilbao, and yeah, this is beautiful freeware scenery from flightsim.to. Absolutely love it. Even written Bilbao there.
257 clear runway 30 somehow.
Excellent.
Easy 8021, short final 30.
Yeah, there we go. Everyone's coming home. This is great. Well, not home.
Bilbao traffic right now 125, 16 mile final 30. Bilbao traffic.
This is great. We've not done this in a long time. Thank you to everyone who's flying along. It's a bit of a treat. Still got some spurious lights. 737 is 35. The 600 is 35. So yeah, that's crazy. That's so much cheaper. The 700 is the 19. Okay, so the 800 is the normal. So the 900 is the extended one, I suppose. The 600 was the only one they offered with no winglets version, which would have been nice for the retro liveries. Okay. No, this is flightsim.to freeware scenery. An artist has done a fantastic job on this one. I think the description was all in Spanish. There's some colleagues. Safely down. I'm going to take gate 4 then. Again, we'll leave the lights and engines running and everything. We'll just park up for completeness. Yeah, like it's not got 3D interior or anything, but it's... what's going on here? So I'm going to get out there, out the steering. Wasn't expecting that.
Bilbao traffic, turn on.
I suppose
purely
speculating, but I can imagine the PMDG might think that if everyone bought the 700 already, no one was going to buy the 600s again, so they had to do the lower price, whereas of course I imagine a lot of people would happily pay for the 800 being probably the most popular variant, or maybe the 900. The larger variants are always more popular.
Bilbao traffic, easy 8021.
Anyway, I'm speculating now on things, so I will... That would be something I would consider if I was doing it. That is purely my opinion and not... I have no reason to believe PMDG did that. Right. So we've got some traffic vacating there. This is great. We have overtaken Bilbao today. I hope you all enjoyed the approach. I think it's quite beautiful. Glad to see the whole do that offset.
Thank you, Pilot 320 for letting us fly along.
You're very welcome. Thanks all for flying along. It's been great. That's been great fun.
Great fun as always. Cheers, buddy.
Excellent, excellent. It's yeah. Thank you to all of you flying along. always a treat. By the way, here is a big cemetery on final. So some short final. Subsonic says, I'm just happy with the 700. Yeah, that's it. I agree with that. Now, that traffic's a bit further out than I thought, so we may... Look at this scenery. Just amazing. We may have to call it a day there, and we shall run the replay. So thank you to everyone flying along. Apologies, I'm going to have to cut off the stream. But it will take quite a while for everyone to get on the ground now. A321 is still longer than a 900. There you go. I did not know that. So yeah, the 700 is very short machine.
Still bad traffic on a 17-mile final for runway 30. Still bad traffic.
Okay, so they're on final. So, thanks to everyone for flying along. We are now going to disconnect from that sim. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to jump out of the drone. I'm going to disconnect the parking brake. It's a real art form. I'm going to arm the ground spoilers. I'm going to run the replay. It is a real art form getting this replay to work, I must say. So, let's get a look at the landing. So we'll do one landing view from the outside, and then we'll enjoy a nice inside one. Cemetery and short final. Is there a hidden meaning? Yeah. Oh, look at this. Just is this a photogrammetry place? Bilbao. It looks better than I thought, and it does have some specific things added. It's much better than I thought it would be. See you, Naga. Even with the runway 12. There you go. Yeah, this was nice. We had a nice stable final approach, so that helped us out here. I flared too early there. That didn't need to be there. It should have been a bit later. Should have been about 30, even with a steeper approach. Yeah, that's what we like. Even on the right touchdown zone markers, I thought we were a little bit late, so that's nice. Happy with that. Nothing much to say there, except let's disarm those spoilers. Then let's rearm them. Then let's zoom back. To there. Let's go for a nice camera. There's such a process in Microsoft, I must say. What's going to be a good one? I think that one's going to look nice. Checkpoint says, at the end of the runway, you get another chance for a touchdown zone. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you can try again. Yeah, I hope we get an in-sim replay. This is a great tool. Thank you. The developer who made this has absolutely saved me. But, come on, we need one that's native, where these things just work. The X-Plane one is so good, and it works with third-party aircraft. That's the thing. Like, it's so good. 737, you can even flare close to 20. There you go. Yeah, that first one was too early, and I felt it. But there we go. Right. Thank you all. Thank you for, of course, flying along. Really appreciate it. Thank you to those of you, of course, watching. If you've enjoyed this on YouTube, please do like. It makes a big difference if you have enjoyed it to the channel. Thank you for watching along on Twitch as well. Thank you to the moderators for keeping us safe and happy, of course. Really, really appreciate your efforts. Another big year. Thank you for helping us get to 70,000. I can't believe it. We will do a 70,000 stream. But thank you to the moderators for being so supportive and working hard to keep the community in such a nice place. It really is down to those mods working really hard with that. So thank you to them so much. Thank you to those who very kindly donated to the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks for supporting us. We will continue for another year of fun of flight simming, and we'll be back with some more fun airplanes as they get released. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for chatting. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for flying. Thanks for the donations, and thank you for just watching. If that's what you've done, really, really appreciate it. We'll see you soon in another live stream or video. Let's start the music. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again for the 70,000 subscribers special stream, which will be on the way when I can get it all sorted. There may be a Twitch stream in the meantime where I try and relearn an old airplane, but there we go. So thank you all so much. Have a great evening. See you all soon. Bye bye.